Yeah. SeaWorld should be shut down.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
At least keep the fish, I guess. Keep the seals.
Yeah, keep the shrimp. They don't know what's going on. Even vegans will be like, we eat shrimp. Oh, you know about this. This is not your leading story.
I forgot. It was in my notes.
So good.
It was under my category of light topics.
This is not light. This is serious. And
we did get a shout out today from Chappell.
Oh, are we talking about it right away? Oh my God, let's just get into it.
Trish, she's got the dish and all the gossip's filthy rich, pretty and pink, hot topic queen, and says what everybody thinks. She's just Trish.
Hey guys, welcome back to another podcast. If you're seeing this, you've survived the solar eclipse and all the curses that come its way. Or is it cursed or is it blessed? We don't know. Maybe it's blessed. I'm going to say that. I don't like the word curse. But you made it through the solar eclipse. Yay. I feel like we have one like literally every month. So I don't know why everyone gets excited about it, but we're here. We're queer. And that's it. Welcome to the Just Trish podcast. You guys, I should start this off with a bang. Patreon. Shout out to our Patreon. Shout out to everyone, by the way, for selling these little cute mugs out. They sold out, and I'm so happy and so thankful, and I'm lucky for you guys. So shout out to everyone who got their little mini cups. They have already been shipped. They shipped out the day we posted them because my mom is on it. She was out here this morning trying to get more straws. So I think they're all shipped out by now. And we love you. Patreon.com/JustTrish. We love you guys over there, too. Shout out to Patreon. We love you so much. Okay, so this week we're posting our first ever Dress to Impress. Let's just go there. Yeah, let's go to the headshot first. Headshot and producers tier. Get this headshot. You have until October 10th to get Trisha Juice signed by me to you. You also get the Trisha Juice bag. It's very themed this month. You get the Trisha Juice bag, which as Moses pointed out last time is great for trick-or-treating. You get this by October 15th, or they ship out on October 15th. So you'll get that before Halloween, and you also get the Trish Modi sticker. The totes are just for the producer tier. The sticker is for the headshot and producer tier. Plus, if you sign up for the producer tier, you get a Hot Topic card in the mail, handwritten by me. When I'm dead, they'll be worth thousands of dollars. And you also get your name in the credits and all that fun stuff. And plus, if you're on the higher tiers, you also get access to our other tiers, which is 2 bonus videos a week and an extended podcast. We do an hour extended podcast that doesn't go anywhere else, and only on our Patreon. And even our videos have been very long. We posted like an hour and a half one last Saturday.
Yes.
Just to Impress this Saturday, first time ever playing. Well, I know you've seen Oscar playing, but first time we've ever played together.
Yes, our joint experience.
Joint slay. And we have a triple slay coming because Jimmy will be on our Patreon the upcoming weeks too. He said yes.
He said yes.
He said yes. I was super excited. Without hesitation. He's so quick. He's so quick to text back. Without hesitation, he's like, yes. No questions asked. I was like, love that. So he's our gamer expert. And I said, I don't know. We said just to Impress and Sims, but if there's something else you guys want, go to our Patreon if you're a patron and vote.
Maybe the spooky game for Halloween.
Ooh.
That could be fun.
We tried.
I know, but now I feel better knowing that Jimmy's here because he's like the real gamer.
Right,
you know,
right.
like yeah, he's the authentic. I kind of appropriate gamer culture, but Jimmy's the real deal for sure.
Right, yeah. He puts the gay in gamer. They should do a gamer, G-A-Y.
I think they do.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay. I know nothing about the gamer world. But Jimmy will be making an appearance. I'm so excited. He'll also be on our Halloween episode, as will Isaiah. I mean, honestly, at that point, we should just have the whole Just Trish. I'm like, should my mom and sister be someone in Hunger Games? You know, or Mom, we just throw everybody in there. I think maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, have a little live audience.
That could be cute.
We always wanted that.
I did think about that. I was like, is there any other girls in Hunger Games that are like iconic? Not just like randoms?
We're really dedicated to Catching Fire at this point.
I know.
So who else from Catching Fire? I mean, yeah, there's a lot, right?
I guess my mom would probably like be Haymitch.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I think she'd be down for it, for real. Like, I think she got like the blonde and she's tan.
Yeah.
I think she'd be good. And then my sister, I thought, yes, we're doing Catching Fire, but maybe there's a Rachel Zegler in there. You know what I mean? She could be a little
idea.
Right.
That is a good idea.
A little cuteness.
Yes.
Who did you say should be Snow? You said someone should be Snow. Oh, you suggested Jimmy, but I think also we could have who else? I don't know. Someone else could be. Anyways, I'll see if they're down. Maybe they don't care. My mom and sister might be like, absolutely not, but maybe they would be.
Maybe the kids will stop by. They'll be little.
Our kids? Who are they going to be? Are there little kids in it? You know, there's Snow.
The poor kids and when they send off the families, they're like,
okay,
bye-bye.
Well, we'll see. They could be like I guess they're called Munchkins in Oz and Wicked. They have the Munchkins.
Oh,
like Bob is a
okay.
Munchkin, so I guess it could be like a Munchkin boy.
Oh, that'd be
they
really
say that.
cute.
Yeah.
That'd be really cute.
Right? Mm-hmm. They could be a little Yeah. Anyways, they're called Munchkins in the song. They're like that little Munchkin boy Galinda picked for me. So it's there. Okay.
In this fictional world of Oz. Yes, for context.
Munchkins.
Yeah.
And we love the Dunkin' Munchkins, which October 16th, they're coming out with the little Dunkin' Munchkin Halloween bucket.
Oh, wow. Last Halloween, they really served, because that was the Ice Spice collab. And yeah, so I'm glad they're doing another iconic collab.
We always have that to remind us. Although I just gave away Moses' Dunkin' coffee costume. I poshmarked it.
What?
I don't know if you wanted it.
No.
We were just in the garage. I'm like, take it. I don't know. So patreon.com/JustTrish. We love you guys. And yeah, check out all the bonus games there. That's that. And we're half Sabrina, half not. I actually had a different outfit and I didn't like it. It's weird because what is happening tonight? Not Mercury. What's happening tonight? Solar eclipse.
Oh, that's tonight. Okay.
Right. It's
partial
happening.
Solar eclipse, right? It's not the
Is that
full.
what it is?
I think so. Because I feel like they make a big deal out of the full one. But everyone buys the glasses. Didn't your mom also?
Oh, yeah.
that's-
She was like,
that's
Tex
the-
is doing it.
That's the sun eclipse, the
Oh,
glasses.
solar.
The moon eclipse.
The solar eclipse is tonight, though.
But it's a moon eclipse, right?
The
Lunar eclipse?
Yeah.
Oh, gee.
No, I think it's solar. I mean, that's what Instagram said.
The sun doesn't eclipse at night. Because
Wow.
it's just not.
Then it maybe already happened. Because I swear I saw solar eclipse. Anyways, I have no idea. But anyways, I hope everyone is in good spirits with that. I don't know. Oh, but anyways, yeah, I was supposed to have I didn't get my Sabrina wig in time. And then I felt like, I don't know, I didn't feel like this was Sabrina enough. But we're Sabrina today. We're cute. You showed up in espresso. So I was like, oh my God. I forgot to tell you.
I know. I literally was like,
juicy.
okay, I got to be dedicated to the theme, because Trisha did send me a rundown of the month of October. So where I can, I'm trying to match, you know.
I know.
So I was like, oh, I have this espresso sweatshirt from the Sabrina pop-up.
I love
So I was
it's so
like,
cute.
let me go with that theme.
It looks really, really good, actually. I love that. I know, it kind of went perfect. All your ideas that you had already kind of go perfect, because you were like your House of Dragons go good with like Bridgerton, because it's like British.
Yeah.
And I was like, love that.
Period piece.
Period piece. Yeah. No, that was really smart. And there was a couple other smart ones too. So I was like, yay, that's so exciting. Yeah. I did put out feelers this morning to JoJo and Jeffree. I sent them DMs.
Whoa,
yeah.
that's big.
I don't know how to. Okay, so like when you block someone on Instagram, like I don't know how to unblock them, because you can't see their profile at all. Period.
Yeah, you have to go into your settings, and then it shows like your blocked users, and then unblock them.
I
It's
have
a few steps.
1,422 people blocked.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
So that's,
I couldn't find them. I was like, well, this is gonna take forever. So I followed them both on. Well, actually, me and JoJo still follow each other on Twitter, on X, and I follow Jeffree, and then from the Just Trish account, I followed both of them.
Okay,
so I would love both of them to be on.
Just to see for journalistic reasons. That would be kind of a good crossover, I think. I mean, again, not co-signing all the antics, but from a journalistic standpoint, we have questions.
Yeah.
And closure is needed.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I don't like to be on like ill terms with anyone, you know. I don't want anyone to feel some type of way, because like in the grand scheme of things, like like the Cody Coes and all those people out there, it's like and Jeffree and me, I do think of fond moments, and he did, he had an apology, and I don't know, it'd be nice to be on good terms.
Yeah, I see that.
Right?
I think so.
And JoJo, I have a soft spot for. I always have. I've always been a fan. So anyways, I put those two out, but we'll see. And now everyone doesn't want the Hawktua girl. Everyone's like, not the Hawktua girl. I was like, oh, I don't know what people want anymore. She's also busy.
Oh, did you reach out to her too?
Yeah,
Oh,
they said she is booked and busy. It's all right. It's fine.
The ship has sailed.
The ship has sailed, but still hoping for Sabrina.
Oh yeah, let's hold out hope.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. How are you?
We did get a shout out today from Chappell.
Oh, we're talking about it right away. Oh my God, let's just get into
We're talking
it.
about
The guest.
Yes. The
Yeah. Did you
podcast
already
and the
see it, or is
guest.
this the first time you saw
Moses
it?
just showed me. That was the first time I've seen it.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
Okay, so the guest we were like so excited about, and I obviously didn't. Okay,
What's
we were
the clip?
Huh?
The clip. What the clip was? Describe
Insert
it.
the clip here.
Who would be in your dream blunt rotation? I just like need to talk to Trisha HEATED. It was so sad. I was supposed to be on her podcast, but like I got like so overwhelmed, like with like so much, and I was like, I need to stop. But I would love to talk to her.
No, describe it.
okay.
Like, why are we talking about it?
Oh, okay. Where did you see it? Someone just tagged you in it on TikTok?
Yeah, she was just doing a Q&A.
Chappell Roan was doing a Q&A. Do you know where it was? I'm so
can
not
find
a
out.
journalist. I'm like, okay. She was doing a Q&A
I
during
believe
one
it
of her
was,
shows.
but she does Q&As before her concert, so it was probably her before a concert in, I think it was Nashville last night, so in Tennessee.
Oh, last night?
Yes.
Oh, she's back. She's back to performing. I love it. I didn't know. I love that for her. love her. Okay, so you guys know, like, Chappell Roan gave me a shout out, like, early this year, and I wasn't as familiar with her, and obviously she blew up so fast, and I was like, oh my god, but everyone was tagging me. That's why I knew she was a big deal, and I was like, oh my god, and then I became obsessed with her, and like so obsessed, and then yeah, like was it? I guess the Harry Daniels was the original connection. Is that how we connected?
Harry Daniels. That
Shout
was
out Harry.
It was fierce. That was the first
Fierce.
like group text we were in. He's like, I'm gonna put you in a group text with Chappell's team, and I was like, okay, period.
Yeah.
I was like, love, would love whenever. And yeah, Harry Daniels shout out got the ball rolling on it.
I love it, and the whole team has always been so nice to communicate with you. They communicated with me. I was like, it was so nice. Like everyone I know that's like around Chappell, whether it's like her creative director or like the makeup artist, like they're all like, she's the greatest person ever, and always like talks highly of you. Then I was like, oh my god, that's so nice. So she was scheduled. She talked about it on her thing. Otherwise, we would never talk about this, even though I wanted to. Because you know what it is? It's like obviously you guys know me and like celebrities in general. I'm just like, oh my god, like the Weeknd DM'd me. It's like the Weeknd DM'd me.
It's an honor to be in the conversation.
It's an honor, and that's what I said. So I mean, she was supposed to come on at the end of July and was like, and that was when we were like, it wasn't sad, but like obviously understood, and obviously never would be like, oh my gosh, so many people haven't shown up like the day of. This gave us like notification, you know what I mean? We had days prior, and it was obviously totally fine, and she's obviously so because we kept saying like, I think she's almost too big to like come on.
We couldn't believe it still because she was getting bigger and bigger, and as her rise was happening, because this was in like it was soft booked and then hard booked like during her rise. Yeah. So because I think even in like around Coachella, I forgot who we were talking to, but it was like, oh, you're going to Coachella, go see Chappell, she's gonna be coming soon, you know?
Exactly. We were talking about that, and then this was also days before her Lollapalooza performance. So this was like, she was supposed to come on maybe like a few days before. So it just, we kept thinking like, this may not, we manifested it honestly.
True,
because we're like, I don't know if it's actually happening. Even
she's
though
so famous.
So famous. And I had the pink pony cosplay. But that's okay because if she ever does come on, and no pressure, but if she ever does come on like later, don't pressure her either. Don't go and be like,
please.
Go on Just Trish. Like literally totally fine. Again, honor to be nominated. Honor to be mentioned again because she just mentioned us again like last night, which was like literally so nice. Like I'm telling you, she's like the nicest person because also she had sent me a DM like a couple weeks later and was just like, I'm so sorry. Like, you know, I'm just like going through a lot. And I was like, do not apologize. Like, you know, and I never even said that because I was like, whatever. But I was so excited because people saw her like liking my photos and I was like, oh my God, okay, it feels so cool. And she was like so nice. And I was like, oh my God, you literally don't owe us like an apology at all. And so she mentioned us last night, and I Moses just showed me too like an hour ago, and I was just like, oh my God, it was just so surreal because they asked who her dream blunt rotation would be, and I was the first person, she said, which I was very excited. And honestly, I don't smoke, but I would with you, Chappell. I don't think I do it right. I don't think I know how to. It's inhaling. I don't know how to swallow it.
Honestly, me too.
Never got it right. I don't
when
know
I was trying to be cool back in the day and like fit in with the WeHo gays, I was trying to, but I would have to pretend because I'm like, I don't think I'm inhaling it the right way. I'm just kind of.
I think you just swallow it.
I don't know.
Someone was trying to teach me that like you take it in and go, and then blow it out. I think, but I never got high.
No, I never got it. I could have slated edible though, because that was easy. Just eat it, you know. But
I'll do an edible with you, girl. I'll try the smoke. I don't know, but I don't think I do it quite right. And I was always so embarrassed when people would have like I don't know what you can say on here. I don't want to get like thing, but like the big glass things, you know.
Oh,
but
yes.
So I never knew how to do that either because it was so complicated. It's like this
and
big
the lighters
hole.
And stuff.
Forget
is bad,
it. Yeah, I don't know. Like you're all very genius that know how to do that. But I was super excited, and then she went on to say like, you know, I was supposed to do her podcast, and you know, I don't know her exact words. She got overwhelmed or going through. There was a lot happening.
And I think she was double booked. I mean, at that point when you get so big, you don't control your life anymore. Just people around you setting your schedules and everything.
I mean, she might have controlled it, but it's just fine. It was fine. Like, she's just busy.
But her schedule was busy.
Yeah, and obviously that made sense. So like I like I said, I was really excited to even be considered, and it just really felt like I don't know to even like get that like that I don't know that closeness. It was like. It was cool. It gave us hope. And it still gives us hope.
Yes,
because I was like, who else can, you know? And it's like, I love her for always. And I always going to support her regardless, obviously. But then, like, when she, like, sent me a DM and was just, like, really nice about it. And I was like, oh, my gosh. In the midst of everything, of just, like, a lot of things happening. And I was like, wow, that's, like, really nice. And then, obviously, last night when she said that was, like, so cool. I was like, I almost, like, didn't believe it. I was like, wait, what was that? Because I heard you, like, listening to it. And I was like, oh, my God, that's, like, so crazy. And then she said she was supposed to go on and was going through a lot. And I was like, oh, my gosh. And I was like, can we talk about it now? Like, you know? Because obviously we didn't want to like also pile on and be like, guess what, guys? Chappell canceled on us too. Like, you know, no, it's like it totally made sense, and they gave us lots of notification. There's certain people that like literally are like TikTokers that don't show up. You know, they just like I just don't hear from them sometimes. Sometimes there's people who I have full glam and they're just like. Not here, and I don't hear from them, and I'm like, and that's fine too. And I would never say those names because honestly, I always always just assume I've done it to people and whatever. You just assume they're going through something or something else happened or not meant to be, whatever. So anyways, we love Chappell Roan. Well, I'll stand her no matter what. I will stand her through literally everything and blindly, whatever she says, I'm following.
Yeah. Because I think, and besides like the personal, like, wanting her to be on, or like when she was almost on, like even beyond that, like I just love her music and like what she stands for. And like her team is also nice. And she also like everything she says, like she doesn't just talk the talk, she walks the walk when it comes to like supporting like queer artists and like local drag and being herself even in the midst of everything. And I think it's really powerful. And I think even like again, without her even like being a possibility of coming on, it was like seeing someone be normal, like a normal person in the midst of also being famous is like really refreshing. And like I love that she kind of points out that like she's not the weird one. Like everyone else is kind of weird in the way that they treat celebrities. And I think that's like a cool shift. And it's hard to be one of the first girls to do it. It's hard for her because she's like trailblazing a little bit. And that's why she gets like a lot of people kind of wanting to chime in and have a discourse about like her approach to fame. But I think it's refreshing. And I think it's cool to see someone just be themselves, even if it means like being a part of starting discourse that you don't really want to be a part of.
No, of course. Yeah, like literally just setting boundaries and be like, ew, she can't handle this. It's like, okay, like relax. Yeah, same. When I like found out that it was even a possibility she come on and I was like doing deep dives into everything about her, like that's when I found out, I was like, oh my God, we auditioned for America's Got Talent the same year. She was a lot younger. But I started finding out so many things and just like everything that she's been doing for so long and working so hard for so long. And I was like, I love this girl. And I did like fall in love with her. And I fell in love with her even more. And I'm obsessed with her too. And yeah, blindly follow. I honestly think she's right up there with Britney for me. I mean, Britney, I've just like stand longer, but I'm like I am the weirdo parasocial person for real though. I am one of those people who like wants to like, I don't know, that thinks, I don't know. I think she's like my friend in my head.
I'm doing a good job of like growing out of the parasocial thing, I think, for the most part, especially with Taylor. But
it's so hard because like, it's like I always want to like fangirl out too, but I never know either the right balance of it. But I know I do fear if Chappell was here, I might freak out. I think, there's certain people I would. You remember when we had like a mystery guest coming and I was like, who could it be?
Oh,
and I kept thinking there was like a certain people that maybe I wouldn't be able to function. And I feel like Chappell, I don't think I'd be able to function. Like, I don't think I could talk. Like, I probably Jonathan Bailey right now, probably like The Weeknd, probably Zac Efron. Like, there's like Sabrina probably. But like, Britney, I feel like I could talk to. I feel like maybe I'd be a little more like
so
chill.
Too.
But there's certain people that are.
But with Chappell, I feel like you're both in the same boat.
What?
She feels.
We are both at the same level. Babe, you hype me up too much.
She feels about you the same way. Like she was. The bottom line is like you both of you know of each other for a long time. Both of you have a certain perception of each other. And my feeling is like she really just wants to talk to you. She just wants to sit with you and talk one-on-one.
Yeah.
So I feel like you guys feel the same way. Yeah. Like it's very quickly.
I could keep my cool, actually, Chappell. I could keep my cool. Also, I'm down to do just seriously a dream blunt rotation. Like I would. However, the blunt rotation was crazy. I would have to sit there with Abby Lee.
Honestly, worth it.
But yeah, huge Dance Moms fan. Love Abby Lee. Like, yes, me too. Put me in that rotation. And, right, because that's what the rotation is. You're all sitting together.
Yes.
Okay. I'll sit by her, absolutely. And then, who was the third one? Also kind of chaotic. Who was the third one, she said? Oh, Sue Sylvester. Wait, so weird. We're on season 2 right now. That is so... Okay, me being parasocial. Wow. We're on the same wavelength. Maybe we're on the same page. You're right. We're literally here. That's actually so weird because we are actually still on season 2. Very odd. And Sue Sylvester was her third one, which iconic, honestly. I would love that. I'll do it all. That would be great. If she could make it happen, I would 100% do that.
So does everyone have to show up in their character? like she shows up in...
Oh, well, Sue Sylvester is the character, so yeah, she'd want that.
Everyone shows up in full character.
Yeah, it can't be Jane Lynch. It has to be Sue Sylvester.
That's kind of everything. Yes, I love that so much. I love, like being in character. That'd be everything. I'm so down. Honestly, yeah. I just want to hang out too. That'd be crazy. I feel like, too, I could hang out with people privately and not talk about it because I just want to be cool. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I do see Britney sometimes, and I'm always very cool about it. I never tweet about it. I never take a sneaky picture, but she lives in our area, and sometimes I see her, and I never say anything, and I'm very proud about it. And it's been enough time now that's passed, but I'll never say the locations or anything, but sometimes I'm like, oh, my God. I ran into Larry yesterday too. I keep seeing him.
Really?
Larry, yeah, we saw him too at an eatery, and not that further than the Target we saw. We saw him at one Target that was like 20 minutes away, and then like another place that's another 20 minutes away. And I was like, damn, you really get around. We saw him. I sent him I sent him a DM. I just was like, oh my god, I was checking in on you. I hope you're well. And he was great. He's always so sweet. He's always like, oh my god, I'm in my healing era. Shout out Bretman Rock. Like you're blessed. Like he's very cool. I like him. So yeah, maybe he'll come on the podcast.
I would love him too. Yeah,
he's great. So shout out Lorraine. Shout out everyone. Yeah, that was exciting. That actually made my whole day because this was like a weird morning. It was like not a bad way. Again, it was just like a weird things, like weird miscommunications, like just a lot of stuff happening this morning on our end. But everything's great. We also have like a mouse that's like stuck up in the roof.
What?
You can smell it through the vent. We can talk about it. We always say don't talk about it. Why can't we talk about it? That's real. People have a mouse in their house, and we have to go get it, but we smell it through the vents, so we got to get it. It just happened literally the other day. Oh, I guess because it's dead. You don't want me to talk about it? I don't know. Most always shakes his head, and I'm like, it's fine. It's not like... Okay.
I don't know.
He has no comment.
People think we have a pest issue.
They do? You read... See, that's why I don't like when people like you read too much stuff. Because like... What does that mean? Oh, people think we have a pest problem. We live in a mountain. Like, we live in the mountains. Yeah, it's very normal. It's not like they're in our house running rampant. They get there, and there is one in the wall. Oh, my God. It's real. That's so annoying when people say that. Oh, they have a problem. It's like...
It's very, very normal.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Anyways.
But
the ants are under control.
Oh, yeah. We talk about the ants, the rain, the flood. Oh, you're right. Our house is falling apart. Everything. I didn't know people got it. You never told me that was a discourse people were having about us.
That's so funny.
Guess who's going to Broadway?
Charli D'Amelio.
No. I thought you were going to say me. Oh. Me. And then you're like, what? Did you get it? Me and Chris Olsen are not, we're like, us next. We were happy about it, but we're also like, us next. It's so funny. I didn't know Chris Olsen had Broadway dreams, too.
That makes sense. I feel like it's very theatrical.
Oh, I had no idea. Love that. And Charli D'Amelio is on Broadway, and people are upset, but she's not even.
Oh, are people upset about it?
Yeah, people are upset. Well, at least on my TikTok, and but from what I heard, she's just in the ensemble. She's not even one of the like leading vocalists.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then everyone's like, that would make sense because she's a dancer. She would dance in there.
Okay, yeah. Well, Charli D'Amelio is going to play Charmian. Is that the right how you pronounce it? It's in the
And Juliet.
Yes, it's in the show And Juliet, which is kind of like
she is a person. She's not just an ensemble.
No, well, her character has a name. I don't know how big that role is, but it is a dance-heavy role, so that kind of makes sense as to why she got cast in it.
It's weird how people, well, again, I just saw it on my TikTok, people were like upset about it because she has no experience, but I feel like we always see that. Cameron Dallas was like in Mean Girls, you know what I mean? Like I think.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like not a singer or dancer. Like you just be up there.
Was Cameron Dallas in Mean Girls the same time as like Sabrina Carpenter?
I want to say definitely Renee Rapp, so maybe. Yeah. But Sabrina was only in it 2 days, so maybe not.
Yes, because that was the saddest thing. Sabrina was Katie, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and she was with the show, I think 2 shows, and then it shut down for COVID. It was like right before quarantine. Yes, that was tragic.
That's so sad. That's happened to Erica Jane. She was also in Chicago as Roxy, and it closed down during. That would be my luck. I'd like get to be in it for like 2 days, and then it shuts down. That sucks. I guess she could always go back in it, but she's probably too busy.
Yeah, Sabrina, I feel like is probably too booked. And now I'm like, would she even still be Katie? Like, could she? I don't know. I guess she could still play that kind of role because she's like an actress. But like, I just imagine her. I see her, like, in real life, she is kind of like Regina vibes. Maybe like a Karen, you know? I feel like she would slay a Karen. But,
but I think she's just too big. I guess Katie is the star, though, right?
That's true, yeah.
Or I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Regina. But I think Katie has more songs. But Regina's the breakout because it's Regina George. It's a good character.
Yeah, and she gets the iconic songs. But I don't know. For Charli, I feel like it makes sense, especially if the role is, like, more dancey. And it's like a jukebox musical, so it's like a lot of like pop songs, which again feels very like Charli's vibe.
Yeah, you know? Yeah. It's like Britney Spears and NSYNC, like those kind of songs, right?
Yeah, and it has like Kelly Clarkson songs, like Since You've Been Gone's in it. Britney Spears' I'm Not a Girl, I'm Not Yet a Woman, and Overprotected. Katy Perry's Roar. Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way, and Demi Lovato's Confident. So these are all like Charli-esque songs.
Totally.
Like, I feel like she do a little TikTok dance to any of
That'd
these.
That'd be cute, yeah. No, it's so exciting. It's always like weird. But it goes back to what we were talking about last time. People just want to complain about like literally everything, just like complain to complain. It's like, does it really matter to you? Especially people who are not even like theater stands. Like, oh my God, Charli D'Amelio's on Broadway. And most of the theater people on my TikTok are like, it makes sense. Like, she is a dancer. Like, she is like someone with following. They're trying to sell like tickets to the show.
Yeah,
like,
she has a name. She was on Dancing with the Stars. She dances all the time. She's a reality star too. Like, she is like, yes, she came from TikTok, like similar to Addison Rae. Like, I feel like they've become like celebrities in their own right. Like, they've earned the title of being like celebrities because they've done so much out of TikTok.
Yeah,
You know,
no, for sure. Yeah, I don't think I wouldn't even consider Addison Rae a TikToker anymore. Like, I don't. Does she still do it? I don't even know.
I don't know if she does.
Just for funsies.
Yeah, I would think, or maybe to promote like Diet Pepsi and stuff. But other than that, I don't feel like she's really like, you know, she's not doing the little dance. However, that video lives rent free in my mind. The paparazzi video, I think, of Addison Rae.
Yeah, we gotta do it.
Yes, like
it
all these
outside.
fans come out to her outside and to take a photo with her. And she's like, "Yeah, hold on 1 second," and then she puts her phone down and do a TikTok dance right in front of them. That is camp. Like that is everything.
Camp, confidence, DGAF. She like does not give a I kind of live for that. I remember at the time like hating on it, and me too.
Same. I was like, oh, this is so cringe. But it aged beautifully.
It aged beautifully. She was ahead of her time with that. Is. And I love it. And I want to have that level of confidence where I don't care, because I still like will say like if Mo's like film, I'm like put it down. Like I don't want him to like film me. Even though like I'm thankful afterwards, like if I get like cool footage or something, but I'm always just like, don't film me, put it down. I'm always saying that.
She's
So
saying, hey, I'm at work right now. 1 second, let me finish my shift
she
right
was,
now. And
she was vibing. That is a great video. I love when people take video of like people taking video. It's like so cool. I love her too. I'm still not brave enough to DM her, but
oh, you need to.
I know. I don't know. I'm scared. She's a little like, I don't know. Her and Rachel, I'm scared to ask too. Although I did DM Rachel. I was like, congrats.
Oh yeah, that was another one who was so sweet and left you a nice comment. Was Rachel Zegler?
Yeah. I saw her yesterday, and then I DM'd her, and I was like, oh my god, congrats on Broadway. And then she goes, oh my god, thank you. I love you. I love her, but I'm also too scared. Sometimes I just want to be cool. That's also a Chappell. Maybe I just want to be cool. Maybe I just want to be friends. And I literally wouldn't talk about it. I don't know. Like tonight too, I was thinking, I was like, oh my god, if I saw someone I loved, and like, would I go up to him or would I be cool? Sometimes I'm too cool. Sometimes I just don't go up to people at all. Sometimes I'm like, I'm gonna play it so cool, I'm just not gonna even say anything. I'm gonna sneak out the door, you know?
I'm trying to think if I've ever gone up to someone that I've seen that I've loved. I feel like I haven't really met people out in the wild that much. Besides the one time I was in high school and I met Ashley Tisdale at the mall, and I was really excited because I loved Ashley Tisdale because it was like High School Musical had just come out, you know, and obviously Sweet Life, and she was really nice.
You went up to her, what did you say?
Again, I was very parasocial because I was like obsessed with Ashley Tisdale. Like she was my wallpaper on my phone. Like I had posters of her all over my room. Like I wanted to be her kind of vibes.
Well, you were young too, right?
I was like in 8th grade, so
yeah. When they're like 13, you're just like, okay.
Yeah.
And she said what?
She was she was with her mom, and she was really sweet, and she took a photo with me.
Oh my god, you have it. I love seeing photos of you.
It was on my MySpace. I'm sure I can find it.
That's so cool. You met so many people.
Most of them through like work stuff, so that it's such a different dynamic because like they're kind of expected to like, you know, meet people and stuff, and usually they'll do photos and stuff if you're excited. The only one that said no to a photo, which it wasn't even him, it was his team. It was like Harry Styles at a junket for the movie Dunkirk, and I loved Harry Styles.
Oh, Harry Styles. Thinking Harry Daniels. I was like, what?
Can you imagine Harry Daniels turned down a photo?
But you got one with him though later
at a different event. Yeah, at Dunkirk, it was like
what is that?
It's a Christopher Nolan movie about. Actually, it's very much giving like the Sad Boy music video. I remember it was like the only scene I remember from that movie was like a war scene on a beach. Oh. So it is very maybe Christopher Nolan was inspired by you.
Me ripping off My Chemical Romance. Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, it was a war movie, I guess. I don't know. And I was like, oh, can I get a photo with you after the interview? And then the publicist was like, no. But he was really nice about it, which is also good because I think, like, the whole team was decided that he wasn't going to take a photo. So the publicist was the mean person, right? So it makes him look good. And
totally,
he was very sweet. He's like, oh, man, I'm sorry, but, like, I love your shirt. And I was like,
oh, okay, that's cute.
He was so nice, yeah.
Yeah, there's cute ways to say no.
Uh-huh.
I've definitely said no at times to like pictures because it's just like timing, you know, whatever. Like if I'm in like the middle of like the parking lot with my children, like I'm gonna be like, no, not right now, you know. So I mean, there's like nice ways to say it. I don't know. Never take it as rejection. I used to take it as rejection, like personal. Like I'm trying to think who said no to a photo. I don't know. Has anyone said no to a photo? Not that I can remember. But usually I go to like Comic Cons, like meet and greets and stuff like that. I'm trying to think like out in the wild. But yeah, I guess I just don't go up to people usually. Like I don't really like. Martin Short I went up to. He was very nice.
When?
It was 2016 maybe.
Oh, okay.
We were on first class back from Vegas, and he was there, and I was like, can I get a picture? And he's like, yeah. Pictures are kind of cool. They're kind of iconic, but I don't know. I think because I have a podcast, that's my way of like getting to meet people that I love. But I would be cool. I would actually be cool. Yeah. I don't think I'd cry. That'd be so embarrassing if I cried when someone walked in.
Like who? Addison Rae. You might.
Addison Rae. I guess I've been cool. Like with Donny Osmond, he's probably like my ultimate, and I feel like I've been pretty cool. It's not like I cried, although sometimes I did. I think at the end of the interview, I like cried a little because I was like, "You're like a dad figure to me."
The only one I would be worried about getting emotional would be Rachel Zegler, just because I really do think she's like an angel. Aww. Like I look at, and like. She does that thing where she looks at you with her eyes and they get so big and like she looks so sincere, like her big brown eyes. And I'm like, she's like a literal Disney princess. Yeah. And I rode for her throughout the hate train and I'm so proud of her because I was like, that was my client. I took her on. The world was against her and I said, no, like I'm going to like ride for this girl.
Yeah. And she's actually like literally the sweetest person like to meet you after all that, even if like after I apologized. And she's like literally so nice. And like I love forgiveness and I would definitely be like, don't worry about it. It's fine. But I mean like she's just like so nice to me, and I was just like, wow, that's really cool. So I think she might be one of the nicest people too, and that's what I think about Chappell too. Like she did not have to DM me like at all, and it was like weeks after the incident, so like it wasn't even like anything, and I was like, wow, that's like. It's just nice. People are nice. The girls are nice. So protect them at all costs.
Always. And for context, Rachel commented on your Rainn Wilson interview, which was kind of like gag. I was like watching that and I was like, wow, this is actually so nice. Like I loved hearing that side of you because here it's like a key. Like we're so unserious. Like it's just kind of like a goss. Like it's just cutesy. Yeah. But it's like nice to see that like so articulate, so profound. Really? I was like, wow, yeah.
In my head, I really do feel like I was like stuttering, like not. I thought I sounded so dumb. Like I just remember like afterwards, like being so in my head about it. And I'm like, I probably sounded so stupid because I was. A lot of people like you seem nervous, and I kind of was intimidated for a multitude of reasons. Obviously, like he's a celebrity, so I was intimidated. Also, like I kind of felt at the beginning, not after. Well, throughout whatever. At the beginning, like maybe someone told him to have me on because obviously I'm not his shtick. Like I just saw something because I started following him on Instagram, and he's like doing this whole like climate change truck or something, you know what I mean?
A climate change truck?
I don't know. You didn't see it? No. He's like handing out hot dogs and they have to order based on climate change facts or something. Oh, okay. You didn't see this?
No. Okay. Well, but not very, that's not the Trish brand for sure.
Trying to figure out climate change still. And so I was like, right away. He was very nice. It was very close. So I was, it wasn't that. I was nervous. I was nervous about that. Obviously, the topics were, like, kind of deep, and I'm always just worried talking about anything because I'm just like, people will just dissect everything or become something else, and I'm just like, I like keeping it light. I like keeping it key for that reason. But he did feel like he was, like, when I watched his podcast, it's all about mental health and spirituality, which are, like, two things I'm, like, very passionate about. So I was like, you know what? Maybe he would, like, get it, and he did. But, yeah, it was good. You liked it?
It was nice hearing you talking that way because, again, like, it's, like, a different side of you, you know? And that's, like... that is such a real part of you that like a lot of people don't see very often. So I thought it was nice to see you kind of, especially like navigate your own like feelings about everything and like your own cancellations and breakdowns and stuff. And I think Rachel commented like, this is the Trish I love to see or whatever, which was so sweet. And it's like, nice. And it made me emotional too. Cause like, again, that's just a side that not a lot of people see very often because it's so like fun over here,
Right. I'm
so it's nice to see that. Yeah.
And I never also too, I told him this too. It's like, I never want to like offend anyone because I know people are so like touchy about like spirituality or like God or like things they can't see. So I never want to, and I said that to him too. I never want to like isolate people if they look at me as like, oh my God, Trisha made it through. Like if you had borderline, but you like are like, I definitely don't believe in God. I definitely don't think there's anything out there bigger than us. So I just never want to like turn people off either. So it's a hard thing to balance, but it did change my life. So I do talk about it because and I like talking about it, but I never want to like be off-putting to people who don't believe it. But I guess that podcast is there for that reason. So it was cool. I liked him. It ended up being good.
Like one of the comments were like, when is the book coming out? We want to read this in a book.
I'm working on it now. I'm working on a book. I'm very excited. That's so daunting because it is like, I don't know, just like recounting everything. I'm like looking at pictures from like my photo bucket. I'm like, oh my God, it's like so crazy to like remember certain things. But yeah, well, I'm glad people like that. I was very scared. I hate doing podcasts for that reason because I'm just like, I don't know how I come across at all. You know what I mean? And it is, the lighting was atrocious, but everything else. Again, I'm going to say men in general, not even straight men, because Zach's saying I'm looking at you, your lighting is not great either.
Isn't he gay?
Right, I'm saying not just straight men.
Not just straight men.
I'm going to say all men don't know how to light because Whitney Cummings, she's blown out beautiful, but all the, like Zach's saying this show, like every like guys thing I always have like the worst lighting. It just made me look so like dark and whatever, but I guess it was trying to like go for the mood or whatever. But like I said, he ended up being like really nice and he was really cool and that was that.
Were you like an Office fan? I feel like it's not really your vibe, The Office. knew it. I was like,
we used to watch it together.
Oh, really?
I like The Office. Yeah, there is a clip of me saying I didn't like Dwight, but he's just for everyone. Like, that's not Dwight's truth. His name is Rainn Wilson. He is a person and not a character. So just because I said I didn't like the character.
But also, like, Dwight's character was the character you were not supposed to like. He was like he snitched on everyone in the office. You were like it was built that way. Like,
right. I think it's the opposite of parasocial. He might find it refreshing that I don't like Dwight. You know what I mean? That I'm not a stan, that it was off-putting to me. But no, like, I mean, people are so dumb where they're like, oh, but look at this time she said she hated Dwight. And I was like, okay, like, I don't know. Like, that's not, I wasn't being interviewed by Dwight. Yeah. I was like, that's so weird. So, yeah. But we used to watch The Office. Oh my God, when we first met, we used to watch it every night. You know, I'm not like a stan, but I think that's fine. I think it's fine to like go on someone's podcast when you're not like standing them.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
Better, right? Yeah. It's like when I said about Jennifer Lawrence. It's like I'm not a stan, so I could be friends with her. You know, we could just hang out, and it's like, or Mandy Moore, she's had a baby. I was like, I could be friends with her because
the opposite. He would be upset if you come there and you try to talk about The Office. He wants to talk about spirituality and God and healing, and you'd be like, so tell me, how's Michael? You know, like,
he did do a That's What She Said joke, which I thought was really funny. I was like, oh my God. I wonder if he does that all the time, or was that just like a special one? Like, I was like, oh, I got it out of him.
I think he was a bit more, he was a bit more, I don't know, outgoing with you. I think he felt like there was more space to do that.
Yeah, he was in a Hot Topic this week. That's why I didn't think you saw it because on my TikTok, it's so weird. Every time I do a podcast with someone, I swear there's always like a little controversy surrounding it. Who was the last podcast I did and there was like controversy? Remember? Oh, it was the Katy Perry video. Obviously, there was like a lot of controversy around it. And every time I do something with someone, I get really excited. And then something happens where people are trying to cancel them. And I was like, why? Why does this happen? But yeah, so I guess he had a hot dog van or a hot dog food truck, I guess, in New York. And influencers were invited to go get a hot dog from him. And basically the menus were like, I don't know, just like crazy long facts about climate change. So if you wanted like a vegan hot dog, you had to read this like long fact about it to order it. And this one girl, I don't know her name, but she's like an influencer, and she said she was invited or whatever, and she was ordering, but he kept like interrupting her. He kept, God, it's like, you kind of have to see it because it's like, I don't know how to explain it. Yeah. But basically he kept interrupting her, and he'd be like, he goes, why did you tell me your name? And she's like, well, I know your name. I'm like, okay, well, I just thought it was weird you tell me your name. Then she tried to order. He's like, just tell me your order. So she's trying to do the order. He's like, no, but just tell me your order. So it was like kind of weird. So anyway, she said she was the only one that left and didn't get a hot dog, basically. He kind of just told her like, okay, leave, you're taking up too much time or something. So she was like, wow, he was so rude. And it was divided among the internet because then people were just like, well, that was kind of like a shtick. That was kind of like his thing. And then the other hand was like, the other people were just like, oh my God, yeah, that was so rude. Why did he do that? Like, especially because that was the order. And then some people didn't know like the long order thing. So I was confused by the whole thing. I'm like, what is even happening with the hot dog?
Because that was the joke. Because like you need to read the whole paragraph to order something. So she kept trying to read the paragraph. It's like, well, just tell me your order. So it's like, it's funny, right? Like,
is it? I don't know.
Yeah, I saw it. That was the joke. It was like.
Well, I understood it more. It's so funny because I had my little insight information because I did the interview like a couple weeks ago, and I was just like, I think that's just like his humor, because there was times like on ours too where I was just like, obviously like he's a straight like older male, which I'm like, you guys know I'm like scared of. So I was just like, oh, I think it's just like different sense of humors and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Where it's more like that blunt sense of humor. But I don't know. I think he's like he knew he was being filmed, so I don't think he was trying to be rude, but different. Also, you know what? Generational humor is different, right? Not to say whatever. I think he told me he was like Gen X or something like that. So I think like Gen X versus Gen Z is like this huge like gap of humor.
Oh, yeah,
you know what
definitely.
I mean? I don't know. I'm not trying to defend my new friend, Rain, but he might not like me after he sees that. And like, honestly, you guys know I come clean, because when I was on Call Her Daddy too, I had to be like, guess what? There's definitely a clip out there saying I called you annoying. So I probably would have said that had I remembered, but you know, I say stupid time. It's probably, I hate somebody at every point. You know what I mean? I don't know, but that's just how it is, I guess. It is what it is, but yeah.
It is like a lot of you-centric hot topics, but
there's more. I thought that was the only one.
Oh no, well, the trailer for Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity came out with Travis Kelce hosting, and I thought that was so funny.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I mean, it is what you would imagine the show would be. You know, yeah, I mean, it looks cutesy, but I don't know. We talked about it on Patreon. I don't know if you talked about it on here though.
No, we can. Yeah, I don't know if we can, but we can.
Well, so the lineup of guests for
tell me, it shows.
Yes, yeah. So the whole lineup of guests was revealed for the new Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity show, which, if you don't know, it's like basically a spin-off of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? So it's basically quizzing famous people on like middle school level knowledge. Mm-hmm. But the list of guests are Nikki Glaser, Natasha Leggero, Nicole Byer, Ron Funches, Thursday Night Football analyst Ryan Fitzpatrick, former NFL wide receiver Chad Ochocinco, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Garcelle Beauvoir, Vanderpump Rules actress Lala Kent, podcaster Sophia Stallone, and Lily Singh.
No comment. No comment. Wait, who is the podcaster?
Sophia Stallone.
Do we know her?
She is Sylvester Stallone's, yeah.
Okay, so that makes sense. Do you know the housewife? I know so many housewives.
I know Garcelle, yeah. She's also an actress, and she was on... I think she was on The Real as well.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. So, she's fine.
Nicole Byer, we know from Drag Race, and a comedian, obviously. Nikki Glaser also. She's a big comedian.
But I feel like I'm in this realm.
I think you're in this mix
you know
for
what
sure.
I mean? Like, I think I'm equal.
Yes.
I think a lot of those people I've never heard of, and I feel like it's fine. You know, I feel like I would have slayed. I would have slayed so hard. Damn. Okay, well, I guess I have pictures. I don't know if I was supposed to take pictures, but... I can put them in. Nobody else was in the shots with me. Actually, the people I tested with were probably a little more famous than those people. Like, maybe we couldn't because we were in and out. So what would you call it? I guess I pitched the show. But, right? Or I was like a test. They pitched the show and I was one of the contestants.
Pilot. It's almost like a pilot.
Okay.
But not filmed. So I always do these. I told you guys. Well, not always, but I've done it since I was like literally 19 years old. I've done it with the same guy where there's been a ton of shows. I'm trying to think the ones that got picked up. Anyways, I can't think right now, but I've done a ton of shows where I'm basically like the contestant. So you go into these pitch meetings, and I remember this one, we were with the Amazon executives, and they were like in the front, and like basically what you do is you do like a run through of the show for them. So they usually have like the executive producer, like the head of the production company, and all the stuff like that, and you like run through the show. So the only one I remember was, oh no, there was two people I remember. So sitting next to me, so we were all set up in like desks, and I always get to be like the social media influencer, and I'm always like so honored. I'm always like, great, it's so good. And so we did the run through, and I was so excited because I'm so good at celebrity pop culture, and every time I do a run through for this company, like they always just love me, and I'm like, I love them, and I literally know them since I was 19. So like, I don't know, it's just cool to see them. So they called me in for this. This was like last December. I was like 5 months pregnant or whatever. Next to me was Jay from Queer Eye, and then on the other side was she was a judge. Not Judge Judy, but she's like a judge on a tea time show. They had a Super Bowl person behind me. They had a female comedian I didn't know. And there might have been someone else or whatever. So I was like in the middle, in the front, whatever. And you get to play with like real contestants or whatever, or just contestants. And I slayed so hard. Everyone's always shocked at how smart I am, not to be whatever. But I slayed so hard at pop culture knowledge. I remember... the night before, okay, so anyways, one of the questions was like, what's the top song ever on Spotify? Like the most, we talked about this because I think I gave you the questions. And so I remember I saw it the night before because obviously The Weeknd was there with Blinding Lights is #1, which is like crazy, like of all time. And I had just seen it because it was like above Taylor Swift, above Ed Sheeran's like Thinking Out Loud or something like that. Like it was, or Body on Me, one of those. And so I remember we went in and they were doing the questions and they're like, you know, they give you multiple choice. And I was like, actually, I was like that girl. I was like, none of those are right because it's actually The Weeknd. And I'm like, no. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, I just saw it. And so I like told him the amount of numbers. I was like, it's like 2.01 billion streams or something. And I said, and then they looked it up like, oh my God, yeah, she's like, right. So they like changed the board and I was like, and everyone's like, whoa, how did you know that? And I was like, so smart. But then you guys might be like, okay, that makes sense. You like The Weeknd. I was very smart because I was the only one they knew that was like a Disney question. And they were like, you know, Disney's Pocahontas. They have John Smith voiced by Mel Gibson. What was who was he based on? Like the real actor. And I was like, do you know it?
No.
John Rolfe. And everyone's like, how would you know John Rolfe? They were like, wait, how did you know that? They were gagged. I honestly don't know. I like just consume facts sometimes. And I was like, but I was slaying so hard, like literally everything. So then we go to play for like the executives, right? And I'm slaying all these questions. So obviously the people were like, I want Trisha to come help me. So I was like, yeah. So I go up and I play and they're like, oh, because they give you categories. That was it. So it's all pop culture. So there's like history, whatever, and you know, stuff like that. So this one was literally YouTube was the category. They're like, I want the YouTuber. And I was like, yeah, obviously, like, pick me. I know everything. And I went up there, and this is the one I think we talked about in the show, like, whatever. And it was like, what channel, who has the most subscribers on YouTube? And it was Dude Perfect, Mr. Beast, or no, PewDiePie, and Coco Melon, I think. Was those the three? Yeah. Okay. So who do you think? I think I asked you this.
Yeah, it was Coco Melon.
Did he know
it?
Did
Yeah.
you know? And Moses knew it too. I came home to tell him, and I was like, I slayed, so I was like, got it. Like, it's, don't even question. Like, I know it. I know this answer. And so they're like, I don't know. And they're like helping me. They're like, okay, I'm going to trust Trisha's answer. And then it was so embarrassing because like the head of Amazon, the head of MGM, like all these people are there. And everyone's like, yeah, she's going to get it. And then he's like, no, it's wrong. And it was like the final question for her to win everything. And I was like, I was so embarrassed. Probably why they didn't ask me back. Although they did ask me back. And so I was like so embarrassed. I was like, oh my God, like literally what? I was like slaying so hard. I was like impressing everybody. And then that happened and I was like, shh. So yeah, I was really sad. If that would have happened on TV, I would have just disappeared. Honestly, gone to an island and disappeared. And I was so sad. So that was like in December, and that was fun. And that was the day afterward. It was right across from my favorite pasta place, Il Pastillo. So I went there and had pasta by myself, and I was just like feeling myself. It was so fun. And then I think they whatever. So, and then it was a couple months, what was it, April or something, they were coming. So the show got picked up, which is actually kind of rare because I do a lot of those test runs, or I used to. I did one not too long ago with them too. I can't remember what it was for. I did one like the previous year for them, but it usually doesn't get picked up. So I was like, this one makes sense that it would get picked up because it was Travis Kelce, Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity? And they actually came up with Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader so many years ago. So that guy who I've known for so long, he came up with Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, so he must be so rich. But I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, I finally got picked up. And every time I see him, because I do know him like so well, and he is like very like high up, I'm always like, when am I gonna get my own TV show? Because the judge next to me, she had a show with him, and I was like, where's my TV show? And he's like, you do so good on your own. You don't need me. I'm like, I definitely need you. You're literally the president of a huge TV company. Like, please, please, please. Literally. So, but he's always like so nice. He's the most humble like TV executive you'll ever meet, but he's probably like just like a bajillionaire, like whatever. And I'm just like, and he's like, 'cause you do so good on your own. I'm always so impressed. I was like, all right, so that means like no. So anyways, they call me and I was like super excited. They're like, yeah, we're gonna like, all right, check your availability for these 2 days. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. And yeah, that was like April. And then it always happens like this, though. They call you, and then, like, literally, it happened recently, too, with another project I was supposed to be doing. They get me so excited. Like, you advance to the next round, and then it's like, actually, they're putting a hold on it, which means, like, probably not you. And I was like, damn. So she had called me that morning, and I was so excited about my availability. And then they, like, said to put a hold. Like, they're checking other people's schedule, and I'm on hold or whatever. And I just signed with CAA, so I remember I even was like, I hadn't heard from them for a couple days, and I was like, oh, it's coming next week. So then I was like, oh, can you, like, ding them, because maybe it's like I'm with an agency and they'll think it's cool or whatever like that. And they said that they were like all good on their guests. I was like, oh no. So I was very pregnant. Not that that had anything to do with it, but I was a very pregnant, like I think it was 8 months, or maybe it was like 9 months at that point. So I was very pregnant. Again, not to say that's why, but I'm just saying like it would have been
continuity
hard.
Too. You said that was shot over multiple days and stuff. So
which also it's like just airing now, right?
Yeah.
So and I think it was a 2-day shoot, which means they probably shot all the episodes for maybe 2 seasons.
Probably,
maybe.
Yeah.
So it would be wild if I'm just pregnant for 2 years on the show. But they did not say that. Obviously, you can't just say we're not hiring you because you're pregnant. But also maybe they're just booked. Nikki Glaser is probably more popular than I am. I would say I'm probably more popular than who? Somebody on there at last time have to be more popular than.
Probably Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Who's that?
He's a football analyst.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
We can
more.
offend the football community.
I know. John Elway was on Masked Singer.
With Kelsey.
Huh? What?
He's probably friend with him. I mean, that's the thing, because most people get there not because of their talent. It's the networking.
Yeah, but I know them, so I should also be there based on connection. But maybe they don't because of that. I don't know. No, but we weren't playing money for ourselves, so I don't know. It's kind of weird. Whatever. But yeah, John Elway was on The Masked Singer, and I was like, how? I mean, I guess I don't know who he is, but I know he's a football player, but he looked, he didn't look like ready to be on The Masked Singer, so I was like, I should probably be on that show. I don't know. It's fine. One day, my time will come. I will be on one of those shows one day.
The most tragic part about this too is Garcelle from Real Housewives like revealed that Taylor was on set with Travis both days and was like almost like working the shoot. So there is an alternate timeline where you'd be friends with Taylor Swift and you'd be at the football games.
I just missed that.
Yeah, it would be no Brittany Mahomes. It would be you instead of Brittany Mahomes, I think.
Oh my God. I was thinking like they probably have so many more famous people because Travis Kelce's so famous. So I'm like, they probably got like a ton of famous people, especially Taylor Swift, whatever. It makes me feel better, I guess, that the lineup's not bad. I would fit into that lineup is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're same caliber.
Yeah, I think so. Shout out Lily Singh, though. Good for her. She's funny, and you have to make jokes, and I feel like I'm just not like a good joker, although I do get laughs in the rooms. bring Oscar with me, and then I get laughs.
Yeah, see, me and the live studio audience is cracking up.
But I've always gotten laughs in those rooms, even though I never try to be funny, because they always have people that are there with like jokes and like one-liners, and I like never try to be funny, but I do get laughs in there sometimes, but it's fine. It's fine. It's not meant to be. But yeah, I probably have pictures of me at the little desk because it was cute. They had the desk set up in my name, and then they had like a little YouTube button next to it. And yeah, Jay from Queer Eye was there, who I was on his radio show before. So it was such a sleigh. I guess we did good because we sold it for them. It's so much fun. It's so much fun going into like Beverly Hills around that time. So I'm happy for them. I'm glad. I wish I was on it. So close, but it's fine. I actually really do love doing those run-throughs. I just feel, I feel like I'm in the mix.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not on TV or they don't want to do a show about me, I feel like I'm in the mix.
You help make it happen.
Yeah,
You're part of the process.
Yeah, I always felt cool. I've always done like shows for them, and I always felt really cool. And yeah, I think I just found it one time, like a long time ago. I was 19 or whatever, and all these years later. And they pay a couple $100s. I'm like, yeah. Pays for parking.
That does remind me. Someone DM'd me and said Lopez versus Lopez is looking for extras.
What?
Yeah, I don't know
They're
where.
They're filming now at Universal.
Yeah, I don't know like how you get that role, but I guess there was a casting call for extras, so maybe that's your breakout.
Casting! I've been commenting on mine and saying like, wow, you guys are so fast. Because the first episode comes out October 18th and they're filming it right now. I'm like, how are you doing this so quickly? But I love Lopez for Lopez anything. I would love to be in it. I would love to be in it. That'd be like so much fun. Oh my gosh.
Well, there's something that Malibu might be good for actually. That was just announced today. So maybe
what?
They're doing a live action
Cocomelon
Rugrats movie.
With babies?
I think it's babies because it says live action. It said it is going to be mixed with CGI, but I'm like, I think the babies would be real, but like maybe the dog is CGI or something because Tommy Pickles had like a dog. But I think the babies would be real, right?
How old are the Rugrats?
They were little because Tommy was still in diapers.
Oh my God, but they don't. They talked, so they had to be at least like
maybe
2.5, 3.
CGI
the mouth.
Yeah, because I think they didn't talk to their parents. Like it was like the babies talking to the other babies, but like the adults didn't understand that they were speaking. You know,
That's right.
It was like a little bit more conceptual.
But that age, 2.5 to 3, they're so good at like mimicking what you say. Like you can feed Malibu a whole line and she'll say it. You know what I mean? So actually, I think that's the age to do it. She's like a parrot. Like she'll say whatever, and I was like, oh my God. Like this morning, she was being shy. I was like, oh my God, Malibu's so shy, and she like lives in. She's like, Malibu's so shy. Like she says exactly. She'll say some stuff that's like, and she can. Oh, we gotta get an audition tape for her because she did this. She was in a pumpkin when she was a month old, and she did these cute little faces. And we're gonna put her in a pumpkin again this year. So I'm showing Malibu herself. I'm like, look how cute you are. She mimics it exactly. So like, if I showed her, who could she play? I don't know. Who would she play? I guess there's no girls
in Rugrats.
Yeah,
there's Lil,
but she's a twin.
Oh, that's true.
And Angelica's too
Angelica
old.
Pickles.
There's no girl, right?
There's no girl.
Susie, but I don't think she's gonna play Susie.
No, she's too young for Angelica. Well, maybe by the time they film it, she'll be old enough for Angelica because I think Angelica's like 4 or 5. Yeah.
All right. Well,
because it's
available.
just in the beginning process. Literally, the project was just announced today, actually, and it's the director that did Pitch Perfect, Jason Moore. Pitch Perfect was a cultural reset, as we know.
And Rugrats could be too.
I think Rugrats could be. Rugrats was my favorite cartoon when I was little. So
I never liked it.
No, you're not selling Malibu's involvement in the project.
Malibu would slay it. No, you know what? I did like it. I watched it, but I didn't like love it.
Maybe you were a little, because I was like younger.
Too old for it.
So maybe you were too old already.
Because my sister would watch it, so maybe I would. But you know, like watching that now, the parents were kind of like wild. They were like wackadoodle. Like I think the mom or the dad or somebody was like a drunk or something. Did you ever see that?
No.
Like he'd be up at night just like making pudding.
Do you remember that?
It? Yeah. And then
Tommy's dad.
And
yeah,
then
he always had bags under his eyes.
Yeah. Yes. Like why was he up? Whatever. And then Angelica's mom too. She like was working all the time and like
there was like a workaholic.
Yeah,
there's a little neglectful. Yeah.
I guess that's maybe the word. Yeah, which is kind of crazy, like hindsight. But yeah, I mean,
that's true because the babies were in Paris and they ended up like leaving their parents to sing at a karaoke bar. So that is kind of neglect. Like,
yeah, for sure. No one's looking. I love Chucky. Whoever's gonna play Chucky's gonna slay. I did love him. He was cute, but like Tommy, I don't know. I'm so fascinated to see it. I hope they use real babies. Well, I don't know. Do we want real babies?
I don't know
Maybe
either.
Not. Okay.
I'm so confused by it. But that's the other thing too with like, you know, kid actors or whatever. Like there's that one podcast. Oh my God, I forget what it's called. This one guy, I think he wears glasses and celebrities come on and like these like little like 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds interview like the celebrities.
The one Mike Weiss was on?
Not that one.
No, I haven't seen it.
Let me see what it's called. I have to find the
kids are doing the
recess therapy is what it's called.
Oh, okay, cute.
And no one ever has a problem with that, but there's like little 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds get interviewing like Olivia Rodrigo and Jenna Ortega.
And no one says anything.
No, and it's so cute. And it goes viral like on TikTok and Instagram. But yeah, no one has a problem with that. So I feel like it's all very like situational where people get
for sure
upset about like kid influencer actors, whatever. And like I think the context, like Rugrats is so kid friendly that I feel like it would be a really safe environment versus like putting a kid in, something very adult. Because I think like Nolan Gold from Modern Family was like, he was a kid when he started Modern Family, but he was like, I think he said a couple weeks ago that he can't really socialize with people now because he was on a set for so long.
Oh, interesting.
But I think it's different because he's like a young kid and like it was mostly adults, So I don't know. I feel like it's very situational. But I think Rugrats would be a good set.
I did get a DM from Lily from Modern Family.
Oh, that's major.
Yeah, she's like, I saw you talking about me on the podcast. I should get her name because she was so sweet and she was so nice. And she was like, I saw you talking about me on the podcast. Like, LOL. Like, did she say she would be a guest, or am I just making that up?
Aubrey Anderson Emmons.
Yeah, I should look. I thought maybe something. Maybe not. Maybe she said just love you. Yeah, I don't want to. In my head, like she wants to be a guest. Maybe she didn't. But
no, she was so fierce.
Yeah,
she used to be like a vlogger, which I didn't know. Like she has a YouTube channel. She would vlog on set of Modern Family.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's so fierce. Yeah, she'd be like, "Here's the catering truck tour." Like that is so camp. Yeah,
I would love to interview. So I guess in my head, I just wanted to interview her. I was like, "Did she say that?" And I would love because she like literally like we're watching Modern Family now too, and she was like, she was like 3 months old, I think, when she started that. I'm like, how did that happen?
And she's actually a good actress too. So it's crazy that as a baby, like thank God, she had really
they just knew. I honestly feel like Malibu was a good actress. I don't want to be that mom. But she's she actually is so funny and performs. She performs for everyone and everyone knows it. Like she makes sure to look. Like she taps people to look and then she starts performing. Like she's like, I just think she is a performer. But I don't want to push it. But honestly, if the Rugrats asked her, but I just don't know who she'd play. I guess Angelica if it was like in a couple years, but I don't think it's going to be a couple years.
But maybe they'll like invent new characters, come up with new characters.
Right.
Yeah, or
gender
bend Tommy Pickles. If they gender swap Tommy Pickles, that would be, because the voice actress for Tommy Pickles is an actress, like a woman. So
that'd be fierce.
Yeah,
is she the same one that does Bart Simpson, or is that someone else?
I think so. I think her name is like E.E. something.
Oh, Daly. E.G. Daly or something?
E.G. Daly, that sounds right, yeah.
Yeah, I think Bart Simpson's Sabrina's aunt.
Oh, yes.
And then E.G. Daly is the one on TikTok who has a daughter on TikTok. But she does a lot of voices, like Blossom or something. She's like
Buttercup.
Buttercup, yeah.
She did Buttercup and Powerpuff Girls.
She does a lot.
Yeah, that's iconic. Our whole childhood is because of
I love her.
E.G. Daly. Yeah,
E.G. Daly come on the podcast.
As Tommy Pickles.
As Tommy Pickles! That'd be so cute. Oh my God, just doing voices the whole time. It'd be so adorable. I bet if we show Malibu Tommy Pickles for like 1 minute, she could like impersonate it. But she really is. Like I show her one thing and she does it. Like I show, oh my God, I just put on my Instagram, like literally The Sound of Music. She does like this, she like started like pushing herself up on the stairs. She's like, the sun has gone. And I like filmed it. I was like, oh my God, this is so good. She's literally just always performing and impersonating.
Yeah, she understands choreography, or just facial expression.
She does.
Which you don't.
She actually is so smart.
You don't expect a 2-year-old to understand facial expression and to mimic them.
She does choreography. She does the Jolly
she
Holiday.
Makes her own stuff.
Like the penguins from Mary Poppins. She's just so good. It's like actually, it actually is amazing. I'm just like, wow, this girl's a star. She really is. We see babies in like Jane the Virgin or Bridgerton. I'm like, oh my God, do they need a baby? Like here, like put them in this. She's just good, and she likes performing. She's a little star. That's so funny. Oh my gosh, wow. More hot topics than I thought.
I've never seen that show. You have to show me.
Never seen Rugrats?
Oh, it's so cute.
You have to show me.
I don't know. Have you watched it as an adult? I don't know if you would like it as an adult.
I haven't gone back to watch it, but it has. Once it, I think it's on Paramount Plus, I want to say. So once it got on streaming, it's been really popular again with like people rediscovering it and stuff. But it was a slay when I was younger. They had movies. I remember going to the movie theater.
Oh, right. I never saw the movies.
Oh, Rugrats in Paris. I think there was a couple, but the one I remember the most is Rugrats in Paris.
Oh my God.
Or when Tommy, I think the birth of Tommy's little brother, Dill Pickles, was also
like
that was a movie too. Yeah.
Oh, he was kind of not cute, right? He had the big ears and the purple onesie. Yeah. Why did they give them such weird head shapes? It's like, hey Arnold. It's like, why? Just make him look like a normal baby like the other people.
That's true. He is the only one that looks little.
Dill Pickles is a slay name, though.
It really is.
It's giving Lily Blossom Bloom, which, by the way, finished it last night. Horrible movie.
Oh.
That might be the worst movie I ever saw. Like, actually, right? Because there was no climax. There was no, like, resolution. There was no, like, learning lesson, right? And it kind of ended abruptly. She's like, I want a divorce. She's like, all right, bye. That was
odd. I guess the end of it, I guess, spoiler alert. I think everyone kind of knows the plot of it ends with us now, but I guess the point of it is she breaks the cycle and is able to like divorce him for the sake of their child, I guess. I don't know.
Right. I guess I'm like, haven't been in that situation. I don't know. It just seemed a little too like easy. Like he's like, all right, you're right.
It was weird.
Bye.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Yeah. And didn't she had him come over to build the
crib.
Yeah. I don't know. It was odd for sure.
And I don't know.
I didn't like live. I think the movie was a little long too for me because I was like, okay, everything's kind of being drawn out a little bit.
Very much. Yeah. I know. Towards the end, I'm just like, this is like not good. I don't know. It just like wasn't good. Like none of it. And I'm like in a Justin Baldoni phase because I love Jane the Virgin. And I'm like, this is not good. Like, why would he cast himself as that part? That was horrible. Like the part's horrible. He's not a horrible actor. It's just like a terrible part. Blake Lively too. Obviously, she's a good actress, but it's like just a horrible like lines, plot, act. Like everything was just bad. It was very weird, and I don't know. It was very odd.
I will say the casting of young Blake Lively was fierce. So that girl really did look just like her. That was kind of crazy. It was weird, right? They looked really similar. Same like beauty mark and everything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I wonder what that is. Maybe she's like a clone.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like clones are like a thing now. Because that was odd. I really thought it was her. I was like, did they like CGI her or something? Like she looked a little different, but not much. I know.
That was weird. But I did go back and use Blake Brown again, so I'm still using it.
Why? I thought it was like making your hair brittle.
It was making my scalp dry too, but my boyfriend keeps using it and his hair looks good, so I'm like, damn, maybe I have to like stick with it. You know?
It looks good. Your hair looks good today.
So I'm still riding the Blake Brown train. The fragrance is still crazy, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not. I keep going back and forth on it. Like I wanted to hate it. Actually first I wanted to love it, then I hated it, then I liked it. Then I hated it, but now I'm back to liking it.
For us over here. Because I'm the same way. I don't know.
It sounds like the plot of the movie.
Yeah.
It is very that.
But also the plot of the movie made sense the way they were promoting it. Like I said, like it makes sense why Blake Lively promoted it as like a fun, cutesy, romantic movie because that's what the beginning was giving. I was like, this is so cute. I love this movie so much. I was obsessed. I was like, oh, I want to be in this. And then the second half of the movie was like so dark, scared, like call a number if you need help. And I was like, that's why Justin Baldoni was promoting it that way. So I guess it was two very different movies.
That's honestly tea.
You know,
yeah.
I get it. So maybe Blake Lively was just like, I'm focused on the fun part, and he's like, I'm focused on this dark part at the end because it just turned dark kind of at the end, like quickly. And
because again, spoiler alert, but when like the way that they showed it, like all the DV incidents where they seemed like accidents, I was like, oh, they're accidents. Like what's going on?
Same. Yeah. No, that's what was so confusing. And it's like, oh no, he actually smacked, pushed on this, like all this stuff, and I was like, trigger warning, whatever. You know, and I was just like, it was crazy. Put trigger warning before that. I don't want anyone to be like,
good about the trigger
warning. Sorry, but it was crazy because I was like, wait, but there was okay, yeah, that was kind of weird, but
yeah, and then it took me a minute to understand the artistic direction of like, oh, it like remembers it differently to. Because like the psychological damage or whatever, I guess. But yeah, at first I was like, oh.
right. Because he has the hair too. I was like, what about to hurt his hand? It was very odd.
Yeah, but I think it's the most like out of something like the non like superhero franchises or whatever, the most like lucrative money wise at least. So I mean,
they did the job.
They did the job of making money.
Me too.
So.
I was like, we bought the Blake Brown. I started watching Jane the Virgin. I streamed the movie twice because I said last time we had 28 days to watch it. We had 48 hours to watch it.
I did wonder that because I think once you start it, you only have like 2 days. But I was like, well, maybe I don't know.
No, so I spent $40 total on this movie because he was gone for a good time yesterday with Malibu. They were doing a lesson, and so I was like, okay, I have like an hour and a half, and so I was like, let me watch this, and I had to buy it again, and I was like, all right, so they won at the end of the day. They got our coin for the shampoo and that.
That's true. Yeah, they're laughing in the bank.
Yeah,
and it is. I think the hate train against Blake Lively is still going a little too strong because now she keeps posting new photos to promote Blake Brown, and everyone's like, Blake, why are you using these photos to promote Blake Brown when your hair looks a mess or whatever? Because it is like just kind of like wild, it's a little frizzy,
I saw. Yeah. We'll do odd choices to promote a hair product. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, like I don't know. She has beautiful hair, but that was weird. I think she's just doing it to like troll a little bit, to be honest.
I kind of think so too.
You know what I mean?
Which just makes me like her.
Yeah, same. I think it's funny. I don't know.
I think
she doesn't
like
care.
Her again. Yeah.
Me too. Blake Lively, if you want to come on the podcast.
She's kind of fierce now. I come around.
Yeah. Me too.
I come around. Yeah.
She seems good. But then I was thinking about our like what we talked about during Hot Topics, how she said, oh, the kiss was too long or something. I'm like, but it's such a like a movie in the sense, well, I say sexy in the sense there's a lot of like intimacy in the thing. So like it's kind of like an unfair thing to say, right? Because it's like
true.
who knows how long? Like when they talk about Bridgerton, like Nicola and Luke are like, we didn't even hear cut because we were so in the moment. So it's like it's kind of like it's part of the job, right? Is to kiss. So how can you tell something's too long? Did you like tell him to like count in his head? Like I don't know. I felt that was like a little unfair considering like the theme of the movie, and she obviously knew that before she signed on that there was like kissing and like heavy sexual intimacy.
Yeah, and it is like I feel like it was made to appeal to the same crowd as like 50 Shades, you know, and obviously that movie was all to be sexy. I feel like this movie also like Colleen Hoover's books, like they're all like very sexy. Like this genre of like adult romantic fiction is all very like sex driven because it's supposed to be for like you know the late 20s, early 30s.
Oh, is that what it's for? I thought like middle age, like 40s.
I think it starts there, then
Okay.
goes up. But
Makes
there's a
sense.
lot of like, especially like when it was big on Book Talk, it was a lot of like late 20s, early 30s people talking
interesting.
about it. Yeah.
That's really kind of young-ish for it, but I guess it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like romance novels were always like marketed like the ones with Fabi on the cover for like 40-year-old housewives.
Yeah, who like weren't getting it. Yeah.
Weren't getting like sex or
Yeah.
weren't getting the theme. Oh yeah. Weren't getting it. Yeah, I can see it. This one did not make me feel any sort of tingles.
No, it's not. I mean, Justin Baldoni looked good in
Yeah.
those early like shirtless scenes. I was like, damn, that's like
Yeah.
a ripped guy. But
They both looked
Yeah.
pretty, they both were like attractive. Mm-hmm. So
I think the next big like sexy movie is the new Nicole Kidman one that they just announced the trailer today. It's called Baby Girl. It's like an erotic thriller, which Andrew Garfield wants to play in. It's not him, but
I thought he was in it. I was
No,
like,
I wish.
I'm ready for that one.
it's Nicole Kidman plays like the older like businesswoman, and then she gets kind of like she falls for like one of the interns or whatever. So it's like kind of like a twist
Is
or
this
whatever.
like a young person playing the intern?
He's I think he's supposed to be like early 20s because it's also like Harris Dickinson plays him. Let me see how old he
Harris
is.
Dickinson.
He's a new-ish actor. Oh yeah, he was born in 96. So he's like late
that's a-
20s.
That's a big age difference.
But I feel like this kind of appeals to everyone too because it's got like that sexiness. Nicole Kidman, like the gays are going to be excited. And it also already has like a lot of Oscar buzz around it.
Oh,
But,
really?
yeah, because Nicole Kidman, I think she won the Toronto Film Festival award for this movie for Baby Girl.
It sounds like the one she just did with Zac Efron.
And honestly, yeah, she
Like, it
is doing
sounds
a lot
the
of these
exact same.
movies. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? That's the same thing. Did the gays go crazy for that? I don't remember anyone talking about it.
But this one, I think, because it is cinematic, and I think it's sexier too, because I think then it's like more of a thriller where like he starts like to blackmail her because of the relationship.
Also sounds like a J-Lo movie that came out a while ago. Remember The Boy Next Door?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's like has been played very many times.
This one has Oscar buzz, so it must be really good.
All right, I'll give it a go.
The trailer like really got me. I was like very skeptical at first because I just saw the Nicole Kidman like Netflix series, The Perfect Couple, and it was like so insane that I was like, I don't know about Nicole's like choices. Love the AMC commercial, but this one really got me. It's like comes out on Christmas, and the trailer randomly had like jingle bells in it to tie it into Christmas, even though the movie has nothing to do with Christmas. I don't know. I was really into it.
And it's a sexy one. It's like
erotic. Erotic thriller is the genre.
I do love an erotic thriller. I do. So I'll be down for it. But the one with Zac Efron just like was not hitting. And I love Zac Efron. I actually really like Joey King, and I don't mind Nicole Kidman, but that was not it. That was not it.
Was that
at all.
one like? Because I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it?
I remember seeing the trailer, but was it like a little bit more comedy vibes or no? Because I feel like Joey King's character was supposed to be like
I don't know. It was just bad.
It was a mix of romantic comedy, like a little drama, a little comedy.
Okay.
It was lacking on the comedy part, though. I mean, I guess it was marketed as that, but it was so weird. It also, I heard, was meant to be a Christmas movie because the whole movie had like Christmas trees in the background and decorations, but like it came out in like May or whatever.
Oh,
so
probably because the strike, it made timing on everything.
Oh,
weird.
maybe that's what it was. Liza Koshy was in it too. It was just horrible. I would be in the movie if they asked me, but it was horrible. It was just weird, and like there was no plot. It was nothing. It was very odd. But I'll look. I just I don't love an age gap, but and even fictional. But I guess maybe I'll look past it.
It's like kind of one of those movies for women that age that want to fantasize about Zac Efron. It's like a very.
Maybe I'm not there yet. Maybe I'm not quite old enough. maybe when I'm in my 40s. I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'll still think it's like
way
weird.
more than 40. She's.
Oh, is she? I don't know.
I think Nicole Kidman's in her 50s, right?
Wow.
She looks 50 in the movie.
Good for her then. I don't know. Maybe when I'm 50, I'll play those roles. I'm not sure.
She's 57.
Wow.
Yeah,
she looks pretty good. Yeah. Who else did we see the other day? And I was like, oh, they look pretty good for that age. Someone else too. It's like, well, people look good. Oh, I think it was Rainn Wilson. He's like 60.
Oh,
I was like, oh my
60?
God. I think 58.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he does look good.
Yeah, I was like, oh, damn. And Steve Carell is 62.
Really?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Why do I think they're like in their 40s? That's so weird.
I feel like whenever you see them in something you like, you kind of remember them at that age. Like to me, so like like the movie you hate, Crazy Stupid Love. I feel like that was like not that long ago, but I guess it was like almost 10 years.
Was
right?
it?
Was it like 2016 or something?
That movie was horrible too. Yeah.
I loved that movie, but
that's so crazy. I really wanted to.
2011. Oh my God, it's even older than I thought.
Wait, 2011. So what is that? 13 years ago?
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's crazy. To me, it did not come out that long ago.
So yeah, he was 49. Steve Carell's like 48 or 49, which is crazy. That's what I think of him in his 40s.
Yeah,
so when it's not
same.
62, I was like, good. I mean, that gives me hope. Aging and stuff like that, like, will look good at that age, hopefully.
And another Oscar contender, Selena Gomez. I really do think she's going to get nominated for an Oscar for Emilia Perez. Like, it seems like everything is really aligning for her. Because for the big names that were in consideration or being pushed are going to be Lady Gaga, as far as pop stars.
Right.
Lady Gaga, Selena, and Ariana Grande. And
I thought Ariana was supporting actress.
Yeah, I think Selena's also going to be and they're all supporting.
Oh, thank God, because I really hope Cynthia wins to get her EGOT. I really hope she wins.
Oh, she only won away?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
she
mage.
has everything, and I think she'll get it. The Emmy, the Grammy, the Tony she has, but she needs an Oscar, and she'll get it.
That's
I know.
mage. And even if it's not, I think she'll be in so many categories, like, that I think she will still get an Oscar. Like, maybe like song or something, yeah.
She better get it. Because that was wild. I didn't know either until the Vanity Fair, and I was like, holy shit. I was like, that's kind of everything.
Yeah.
So I hope she does. But yeah. Okay, that's good. So she's in supporting actress.
Yeah, these are all supporting. Lady Gaga, Selena, and Ariana Grande. But I think out of all of them, like, they're all being pushed. Like, obviously, nominations haven't come out yet. But I think out of all of them, I think Selena is, like, the most likely to get nomination and maybe even win. I really do think.
Wow. I really want Ariana to win, though, too.
I know. I think, because it depends on how Wicked is received. Like, it's getting the big, like, Barbie push, and if you look at Barbie, like, it got a lot of nominations but didn't win a lot because of kind of like, it's like a blockbuster, and usually blockbusters aren't really taken as serious, you know, for some reason for the Oscars. But I think Selena is the most likely, and also like Joker comes out this weekend, but they cut down Lady Gaga's role in Joker a lot.
Why?
Like, I don't know. I think even Lady Gaga said, like, when they were filming it, they were doing rewrites of the script as she was filming, and they would like write down lines on napkins for her to read or whatever.
Oh,
it
weird.
was really weird, yeah. And
That's
then
odd.
I haven't seen it yet, but all like the reviews are saying like there's all this footage from the trailer and like photos of them like filming that aren't in the movie. Like Lady Gaga's role got cut down a lot.
No, that's so
Yeah.
weird. Do you think it's because they do like test audiences and they're like, we don't like her?
That's what I think. Yeah, and also like
weird.
Joker, the first one was very like made for like disenfranchised like straight men who feel like, oh, like, you know, it's so hard out here to be a straight man. That's kind of the vibe of the movie. But then the director was like, no, like that, I don't want to be like associated with that. So that's why the second one is very like, it's like Lady Gaga has musical numbers in it.
So weird. I can't even picture a musical Joker.
I know. It's like
I don't think that's a good combination.
Yeah, and Lady Gaga's obviously a great singer, but Joaquin Phoenix isn't a singer. So like the reviews are also saying it's weird to have like his actual voice, him singing, but he's not like a good singer.
Did he not sing in Johnny Cash?
He did, but like I think the reviews are saying like alongside Lady Gaga, like Lady Gaga has when she has like solos where she's Lady Gaga's voice.
Yeah.
But the duets, she's like not singing to like her, you know, best ability
Giving Bradley
or anything.
Cooper.
Yeah. So that makes me think that she's
Weird.
not going to get a nomination, which is sad because she is like pushing for it so hard, and she always gets like screwed over.
I wonder why, because she's so good and everything. But
House of Versace too, like she was really good in it, but the movie was reviewed badly, but all the reviews were like Lady Gaga's really good in it, you know?
Yeah, that's weird. I wonder why.
But for Selena, she went out to defend her dancing with her co-star at the Sabrina Carpenter concert.
What'd she say?
Well, first of all, she posted a video of herself dancing to Juno by Sabrina, which is like obviously a song about getting pregnant.
Wait, what?
Wait, you didn't know that?
No, don't know the song. Don't know this.
One of me is cute, but two though. Wait, I'll let you make me Juno.
Oh,
you know
Pregnant
Juno.
Teenager?
Yeah.
Okay, random, but she could have used a different reference, like, you know, who's a cute pregnant adult?
Trisha.
Yeah, I'll let you make me a Trisha Paytas.
Which would be very fierce.
Okay, Juno's a pregnant icon. Okay. Weird, but.
But Selena posted an Instagram of herself dancing to it, and then she tagged Benny Blanco in the caption. And then Benny responded to it saying, "Can't keep my hands to myself," like a little winky.
Oh, okay,
so
cute.
That kind of proved that, there's nothing weird about it. But then...
the one of her dancing with that guy she posted, he comments on it?
No, this was a different one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then she posted on her Instagram story, it was like a fan edit of her dancing with her Amelia Perez co-star. His name is Edgar Ramirez. And then she wrote... What did she say? OMG, how dare I dance with my bestie, with like a laughing emoji. Because it was like
such weird responses. Her clapbacks are always like weird.
Because there was like an edit of her dancing with Edgar at the Sabrina Carpenter concert, but then she also went to Beyonce with him and was dancing with him there. So I guess they're just really good friends.
I mean, yeah. No judgment, but judgment a little bit. That's like weird. I have a straight best friend, but I would never dance like that with him now that I'm married. You know what I mean? I just think that's like so odd.
Also, I don't blame her so much. It's to me what stood out more was him. Like his expression and the way that he embraced
you're blaming
her.
the guy. I like that.
I like that too. Good spin, though. That's a good spin.
Oh, yeah.
It was kind of giving me, obviously not the same extent, but I'm like, the Sydney Sweeney Glenn Powell movie really did numbers because, we had a little controversy, like a little romantic speculation around it.
You're trying to sell it.
Honestly, it works. So
yeah,
that movie made so much money.
It's out?
Glenn Powell Sydney Sweeney one. Right. And Sydney Sweeney's still engaged. So
right.
Yeah.
And when does this movie come out soon?
I think it's an award season movie, so I think in December, I want to say.
And it's based on a real person.
Yes.
Who is Amelia Perez?
Double check, but I believe she's trans. So that's also a big deal because like it's played by like a trans actress. So.
Oh, she's not Amelia.
No, she's one of the supporting roles.
That makes sense because you did say she's a supporting.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. That's good. I was like, wait, already you're like, it's just about trans. I was like, no, that doesn't sound good if she's playing trans. Like,
she's canceled. Yeah, Selena's one of the supporting characters, and also Zoe Saldana is another one of the supporting.
Oh, it's in cast.
And then Carla Sofia Gascon plays Amelia Perez, and I believe.
Oh, I want to see it now. That doesn't sound good.
Yeah. So also, like, it would make history for being like about a trans woman, starring a trans woman. So that's also really good.
You think she'll be nominated?
I honestly, it sounds like the film will be nominated, and also like the 3 stars. Like they got it at the film festival circuit. It got like really long standing ovations, which honestly all films get standing ovations, but theirs was really, really long.
Yeah,
so.
like 20 minutes.
Yeah, and I think they have won the awards from the film won the awards from the film festivals as well. So
God, the Oscars are gonna be like kind of sad this year. I kind of want everyone to win, and I'm so
sad. I'm rooting for all the girls.
There was one year all the girls were like not good, and I was like, why? And now I feel like it's all gonna be good this year. Damn. Well, good luck to them. I think that's exciting. That is exciting. How do you feel about like when cis women play trans women?
I think in this day and age, I feel like the roles really should go to trans women, or like same with actors too. Like I feel like it should go to trans actors playing trans roles. I think trans especially, because that's like such a like you can't method being trans. You know what I mean? Like it's such a specific experience, and trans people are like so politicized and don't have like a lot of opportunity in Hollywood. So like that really is their time, you know?
I see, yeah. Because what was it? Did you ever see Transamerica?
No.
With Felicity Huffman, she was playing trans.
Oh, no.
And I remember, I'm like, did no one say anything about it? I mean, I guess it's like, it was a long time ago,
I think
but
probably it was at the time, yeah.
Like, that makes sense, I guess. I just thought that was like so random. I was like, I love the Dolly Parton song, Traveling Through from Transamerica. I think she won the Oscar for it, I want to say. And that's why I was like, yeah, I think she won, which is wild, but I always wondered that. I was like, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. It's kind of like just anything where you don't get like the roles all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some that definitely cross over and do get, mainstream. It doesn't matter if they're trans, straight, whatever, but I feel like trans roles should probably go to trans girls. Like you said, there's so many trans actresses and.
Yeah, and I think if you're writing a movie about a trans person, then you definitely should have a trans actor in mind for that role. And I think now, because remember like Scarlett Johansson kind of got canceled at one point because she was like, I could be able to play Asian, I should be able to play a tree or whatever. And it was like, girl, what? And then Emma Stone.
Wow, that's wild. Oh, when did you say that? That's
it was
so
a couple
weird.
years ago.
Okay,
Yeah, it was a while ago. And then Emma Stone played an Asian character in with like Bradley Cooper.
What?
And
What
Aloha.
movie?
It's called Aloha.
She played Asian.
And she played an Asian character. Yeah.
That's
and then
so
even
weird.
like Robert Downey Jr. did like a whole movie in blackface.
Well, that one
was
should
kind
be
of crazy.
canceled. That was like
that was
Tropic
crazy.
Thunder.
Yes.
That was crazy. And I'm like, how does no one say anything
about
the men doing it? I feel like people like love that movie too. They like praise it. They think it's like so
still
funny.
To this day. Yeah.
And I was like, that's odd, but okay.
Yeah, but I think now like I don't think that would happen. Like I don't think Emma Stone would ever play an Asian character today.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Yeah. Yikes.
It was crazy.
Oh my God, that's so wild. Yeah, I kind of think that honestly, I know this might be a hot take, but I feel like if it's about a gay person too, like I think a gay person should play him.
I think so too. Yeah.
It's so weird when those Elton John and the Freddie Mercury one came out and both of them were straight, and I was like, that's very odd.
It's like the joke they made at the Emmys, right? Where it was like, congratulations to Matt Bomer and Jonathan Bailey for fellow travelers, right? Proving that finally gay people can get nominated for playing gay.
That's so funny. Yeah. That's the tea though.
Yeah.
That's so the tea because it's so weird. I was like, why would they have that? Especially both of those Elton John and Freddie Mercury being such gay icons. Like they're like that's their like a lot of their personality is that, and it's like very odd that they would choose straight people to play them.
And then of course like when a straight person plays like a queer role, they get like,
oh my God,
wow, like everyone loves it. Everyone's like, it's all critically
I see.
Yeah, like Rami Malek got like, didn't he win?
Oh, straight playing gay.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I thought you meant the other way, gay playing straight. And I was like,
like straight people playing like any kind of queer role. It's like, wow, what a transformation. Like you really had to work to play that queer role. Yeah.
Good job.
Take all the awards.
I mean, I remember the old Hollywood being all that. It was just like getting white men to play. Like if they played somebody disabled, they were praised. If they had a different accent, like any kind of like. And I remember that used to be what was praised so much, and it's so weird.
I think, yeah, like you said, in this day and age, 2024, right, like there's just enough actors of like diversity that like maybe don't get all the roles offered to them. So if there is a specific role that fits them so perfectly, like I feel like they should probably.
Yeah, and I feel like this movie, like Amelia Perez is a good example because like obviously you need like big names to sell a movie. Okay, so like they had the main starring role go to a trans actress who's like relatively unknown, and then you have look at the supporting characters. Zoe Saldana, who is like literally in the top four top gross movies of all time between Avatar and like Avengers. It's Zoe Saldana, and then Selena Gomez, and also a huge star. So you have the two of them to help like promote it and also like uplift the new trans actress. It's like the perfect triangle of casting.
Yeah.
So.
It's gonna do so well. I'm so happy for them. Well, it does sound good. I hope they win. And now I support that viral video. Get more people to see
now
it.
That you know.
Yeah, because I never heard of the movie, didn't know what it was about, nothing, and now I'm like,
I honestly think
right.
there's also like musical numbers in it that are in Spanish. Like Selena sings and dances like in Spanish to it. Yeah, and it's actually really good.
Yay!
I think you'll really like it, actually.
I love it. Yeah, I'm so excited. Okay, that actually sounds really good. I'm rooting for that one too. There's so many good movies coming out. I just can't wait. The Joker I'm not seeing this weekend, but I'm definitely just not. I don't know. It's not because of Gaga. I would see it probably because of Gaga in the musical, but it just not for me.
No, I get
scary.
it. And it has like it's not getting great reviews,
really?
And it's not projected to do well like at the box office either. Because the first one made $1 billion, which is why like it.
That's crazy.
The director didn't even want to do like a sequel originally.
They should have left it, yeah.
Yeah, but I think just because it made $1 billion and that's like hard to do today.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one's not projected to do as well.
That's so interesting. I think it's just like the mix. Like I don't know how, but like the idea of a musical and Joker does not seem to mix.
Yeah.
With the fans too. Musical fans don't want to see the Joker. Joker fans don't want to see a
That's
musical.
Exactly what like the conversation around it is like the people who like the original, like all those like the really like that disenfranchised straight man demographic isn't really gonna go be excited about like a musical
with Lady Gaga.
And then the Lady Gaga fans and that want to go see it are gonna be upset that she's not in it that much. So it's like, who's the movie for?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Are you going?
I'm going for Lady Gaga because I do love and I love Harley Quinn, although she's playing Lee Quinn because I guess like Harley was too like silly to use that for her name.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's playing the character, but they changed her name to Lee. I think to make it more serious or something. But
is she like a psychiatrist?
Yeah, like she works. I think she's still a psychiatrist. She ends up going to the same like asylum as him. So
isn't that the story? Is like he's her patient or
yeah?
No?
And then she
I don't know.
She makes him. Like, she falls in love with him, and then she becomes crazy.
And does he push her into something, right?
That's in, yeah.
Is that real, or?
That was in Suicide Squad, I think they showed that.
And then she becomes what when he pushes her in that?
Kind of just Harley Quinn.
Oh. Yeah. So she become, like, evil because she fell into that?
Kind of, yeah. I don't know the exact lore, but I remember seeing that scene in Suicide Squad where she gets pushed into this big vat of like liquid. She doesn't really have superpowers though. She's just kind of like a crazy girl.
Oh, so how did she survive?
Good question. I think just because she's comic book. But
Okay.
and she's fierce, like she can fight and stuff, but she's kind of just like crazy. Same as Joker. Like he doesn't really have powers. He's just like crazy.
Love it.
And nuts. Yeah. But I love Harley Quinn because of Margot Robbie, really. But so I'm still gonna see it for Gaga, but I don't think I'm gonna like it. Like I'm gonna see it begrudgingly, you know.
Okay. Begrudgingly is I always learn a new word from you.
Like I'm not gonna be like stoked or like happy to see it.
You're
really,
gonna drag your feet.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get the popcorn.
Yeah. No fun bucket either. Like my God.
Could you imagine a Joker bucket?
I would love a Harley Quinn bucket.
Oh yeah, that would be a slay for sure. The movie I'm excited about, well actually I have no idea what it's about, but I keep seeing Rainn Wilson and Justin Baldoni promoting this movie called Empire Waste.
Oh my God.
What is this?
This is so, I don't know anything about it, but someone, whenever I stream, like in my chat, keeps saying like, Oscar, you have to see Empire Waste. You have to see Empire Waste.
Is it out?
I have no idea.
I like that there's a lot of plus size actresses. Also, why was I not casted in this one? There's so many plus size actresses, and I don't know what it's about. I like the idea of Empire Waste because I love an Empire Waste because it's very flattering. But I'm like, what is it about? Rainn Wilson's in it. Justin Baldoni's like promoting it. I'm like, this is very odd. Like, why?
It follows a group of teens learning to love their bodies through inclusive fashion design and friendship.
I love it. How come I've never heard of this
in
before?
theaters September 27th.
Oh, it's out.
Oh yeah, I guess it just came out,
Why
right?
did we
It
miss
must be a
this?
smaller like indie movie, I'm assuming.
I want to see it. If anybody on the movie wants to come on here, one of the ladies. It looks good. It looks like, I don't know.
It's cute. Yeah, that does look cute.
Shout out Empire Waste. It was just so random, those two men promoting it. I was like, this is very odd. But then I was like, okay,
Yeah,
Rainn's
Rainn Wilson's in it. Maybe Justin Baldoni produced it? I don't know.
Oh, maybe. He's promoting it hardcore. I like it. I like roles for not a size 0. God, I really want to be an extra on Lopez vs. Lopez. We got to figure it out. How did we get on there? All the TikTokers were on there. So many of them. All right. I'll DM my him. What could it hurt? Oh, did you see Roan Blanchard?
No, what?
Talking about how she saw someone she worked with inappropriately touching a minor on set, and she reported it. And the next day, she went to HR and talked to HR about it, and then the next day, everyone stopped talking to her.
What?
Yes. So people were like speculating. Obviously, Rowan is from Girl Meets World, but then they were saying it's probably the Goldbergs because she was on and then all of a sudden she was replaced. Like someone else was her character.
What?
Yeah. So everyone was like speculating who it was, but I saw that. She was on some podcast talking about it, and I thought that was so interesting because you never hear about like Disney Channel like stars like speaking out. Does she act anymore? Is she currently acting?
I don't know if she still is in anything.
She must be in her retired era because she definitely was just like, saw this happen, no one did anything about it, and I was like shunned the next day. I love Roan Blanchard. I would love her on. I used to like Girl Meets World. Even though I was way too old to be watching it, I watched it. I was
she's still kind of, she was in an episode of Poker Face, and she was in the show Snowpiercer.
Is she doing anything with like Maddie Ziegler, or is that just something I made up?
Oh yeah, that movie Crush. I think Maddie Ziegler is in that.
Those.
It's the Hulu movie.
Yeah,
I think her. Maddie Ziegler was in that. Oh no, Tila Dunn was in it.
Oh really?
Yeah, that was in 2022.
Tila, I gotta have on the podcast. I saw her at Rose Party. I need to get her on. I forgot about that. I love Tila Dunn.
That is crazy though. I mean, honestly, I saw somewhere where it was like someone was like, "Well, HR." I think it was like a viral Twitter thread. I forget like the context of it, but the point was like HR is not there to protect you; it's there to protect the company, which honestly kind of right?
Oh,
Like,
totally, yeah.
Because HR. I don't know. Like the one time I went to HR, it was because I had a manager. This was like a long time ago, but I had a manager like get upset at me and like punish me because I went to go get a snack. Like I wasn't at my desk for like 5 minutes because I went to go eat a snack. And then I was like, well, I felt like kind of fat shamed, to be honest. I was like, this is like the way that it was coming across. I'm like, this is so weird. And then like I went to HR to like complain about it, and they were just like, just keep like a protein bar at your desk or something. Like they got so hard. I was like, okay, T, like I'm gonna get out of here.
That's so sad, and it's like so shady because they literally did nothing too. Like
Yeah.
she literally like told him, and it wasn't even like inappropriately touching someone that is like inappropriately touching a minor. And I was like, why would they not?
So crazy.
It always scares me about Hollywood. Still, I'm always like, I don't know. Like I said, I'd be like a parent just there all the time, like never like ever leaving anyone's side. I'd be like watching everything. You know?
think we hear a lot like on sets too when it's like the main star, like they get away with a lot because they're like the hardest ones to replace or whatever. You know, like if it's a show that's doing well and they're just like a big star in it and the show can't go on without them, it's like, they get away with a lot because
like the football players on the high school team.
Yeah.
It's like, gotta protect them. They're gonna be our stars. But the Goldbergs, like, that seems like, first off, family friendly, but also like, I mean, I guess it happens anywhere, but it's also like, that's so weird. But I guess there was a lot of kids on that show. I guess that makes sense. Because I was kind of like, I was thinking about, I guess there's all kids on that show, really. There's only 2 parents on the show.
Who else was in that?
It was no one famous, I don't think. I know all the people, but I don't think anyone famous. Oh, the guy from Smosh that got married to that girl.
Oh, he was in it?
Yeah. He was like one of Barry's friends. Jeff Garlin is like the star of the show, but it wasn't like insinuated. Anybody was insinuated, but that's what I remember on the show.
Oh, interesting.
But it was on for so long, like 10 years. That's what me and Moses bonded over. I'm like, you watched the Goldbergs? I did too. Because I never knew anyone that watched that show.
Yeah, they're the first 2 people I've met.
You never watched it? No. I feel like you would like the Goldbergs. I feel like that is a show you would like. It was so good. It was like the Wonder Years, but like in the 80s, and it was kind of cool. I don't know. Liked it. It made me sad. And Roan was on there. She was just on there for like a little bit, but she was like one of the friends of the little kid on there. I think she's so cool. Her and Sabrina should have a reunion.
Oh, yeah, they should.
Did you ever watch Girl Meets World? I liked it.
I never watched it, but I listened to the songs a little bit.
There were songs on there?
I think they had a song. I think they both did a... Well, you know Disney Channel makes all the kids sing that were there.
They're like all the movie singers.
I remember Sabrina's like first EP was kind of like inspired by Girl Meets World. Because she had one song that was like, Can't Blame a Girl for Trying. And I think they used it to promote like in commercials for Girl Meets World.
Oh, I didn't know she was like a singer back then.
From the jump. She was
I had no
singing.
idea.
Yeah.
Okay. I liked her on the show. I liked it. I remember watching it as like a full-grown adult, and I was like, this is a good show. Because I liked Topanga. I liked everyone. I liked the show as a kid. Did you ever watch Boy Meets World as a kid?
I loved Boy Meets World as a kid.
I did too.
Yeah.
Now it's very problematic. When you watch the things now, you're like, Corey was just like such like a misogynist. Do you ever see clips now on TikTok?
No.
People put out so many clips of like how he told her she couldn't go to college and how he said he ruined her life by marrying him. Like just like crazy shit. I was like, or she cut her hair and he's like, why would you do that? Like, you look so ugly. Like, he was so mean to her. Yeah, when she cut her hair, he was pissed. He's like, you look ridiculous. And I'm like, what? Like, why was he so crazy? He's like, this and the makeup. And he gets like so mad at her. And then he got mad at her because she wanted to go like to college. And she's like, I stayed home for you. And he's like, but you ruined my life. And it was just very
weird.
Odd. Yeah.
I haven't gone back to look at. I'm sure now it'd probably be like, what the hell?
And they called her fat a lot. They always like said she looked pregnant. Like they were always saying that.
Those 90s shows, dude, they did not age that well.
It's problematic. Corey actually is like the villain of like all TV shows. He's awful. I was like, God, he's so bad and so terrible.
Another thing on TikTok actually causing controversy is I know you like the boo basket trend.
Yes, Moses. I sent it to him.
It's in the works. It's
when I was my boo basket. Yeah.
It's half done.
But there's been a whole trend because now people are going to Target to put together boo baskets and then like leaving them there so to encourage people to like buy them. So like they're literally going and like making boo baskets and then putting them on the shelves.
I like the idea of that because it's hard to put them together.
But then like a lot of employees have started complaining because the employees are the ones that have to go like take everything out and then put them back. So it's like this other trend that's like literally it's very divisive because people are like, it's a cute idea. Then everyone else is like, you're just making more work for like the employees. So there's been all these TikToks of people going like, I'm going to go to Target and put together a little boo basket. So they grab a bin from one aisle, then they go to the Halloween aisle, put all the things together, and then they're leaving the baskets in the front, like by the checkout, just like putting them there.
That's such a cute idea though, honestly, because you are just like, because it's so hard. I can never put it, because you put a basket together, I can never put a basket together.
How is it that hard? You just go and you pick like a lot of cute things and you put them in a basket.
No,
but if you do it right, design it right, and all that, like
because they're in different sections.
I should get paid to do that, and you get a boo basket by Trisha HEATED. You know, like. Yeah,
because you have to go in like the candle and you get to get Uggs online, and it's not just going to like get candy and like put it in the basket. It's like, you know, pajama pants and like cozy items. Like you have to find different brands and different things. You have to go to Bath and Body Works to get the pumpkin. Like you can't just all be from Target.
Well, this one is like all Target. Like they're going to Target and it's all Target. Oh, I see.
Stuff. Okay, but I still like that idea because there's still different aisles. You still got to go with candy.
Well, that's so easy.
But even then, how do you put it? You put the blanket first, and then you line it up a certain way. So the basket needs to look good too.
I think you and Moses can think it's easy, but I think most guys and me as a girl would find it hard. I think
really okay.
I would bet like 50% of people couldn't put a basket together. And I'm one of those people at all, you know. I'm like, I remember like when there's guests, like, you know, whatever guests, I always think like, oh, I'm going to put together like a little basket of like Just Trish goodies. But then I'm like, I don't know how to even start. I buy the basket, I buy the bag, I have the goodies, the t-shirts, the headshot. I'm like, I don't even know how to put this together. It seems so complicated. And so I just give up. But my sister's very good at it. She also has done baskets before where she can make it look like really good in the presentation. So I think there's just people who can and people who can't. I'm all for it because I would love to just be able to like grab a basket and go. I think that's like super smart, but do they take it apart, I guess, when they're doing the checkout?
That's
I guess.
true, yeah. So I think like a lot of people were like, well, maybe Target should just like curate baskets and then just have them for sale, which actually, now that you put it that way, I'm coming from the perspective of I worked at Target for 2 years, and if I like was putting things away and all of a sudden I see this take things from like the women's aisle and then the candle aisle and the Halloween aisle and the pet store, I would be pissed because then I would have to go and like put all that away. But from the idea of like a customer who can't put together a book, to me I was like, it's so easy to do, but I guess it's harder than I thought.
It's
why
hard.
Are they not buying the basket for somebody? Like
just trying to help people out, I guess.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Like the whole point is to gift it to somebody, and that's the fun part of it. So they're just
I guess
like,
they could
look at me making.
They should make the basket, go buy a gift card, activate the gift card, and like put it there so then someone can just like have it for free or something. I don't know. That sounds complicated. I like the idea. I like the idea of them like trying to do it. I like it. But yeah, people always have to ruin it, obviously. But
yeah,
I don't know if it's bad. But
I guess it's similar to the other trend that you did, like the giving back trend, right? Because I
know. Again, as soon as I do a trend, it becomes controversial. I was like, you shouldn't do that. And I was like, oh my God. So then I specifically said in mine, I was like, this is a Friday. They're not going to be here on this Saturday when I post it. Because I thought mine's very recognizable, my Target. And I thought if I posted it right away, someone could like, there's a bunch of high school punks in our area. Especially at Target. They are. They're so dubious at Target. Like they will, that's why I go, I shouldn't even say it, but I go like right when they open because during like school hours. So like I never have to see these punks because we gone.
I love the word punks.
They're punks. They're punks. They'll follow us around. Like it's mostly the guys too that they're dubious. They like laugh, try to take pictures, like follow us around, like sneak, whatever. They're just dumb. And so I thought if I posted that, like one of those would do it. So I did go in the morning when I see all the moms there and do it. And then people are like, oh no, they're like ransacking the thing. And I didn't even think about that. But hopefully someone found it. But I don't know if we talked about it on here. Just like, maybe I just talked about it with my family. But it is kind of like sus. You find money because you might be like, is this like drug money? Like, what is this? Like, what was this supposed to be? You know when they used to throw sneakers over like power lines in Hollywood?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, it's like, someone told me it's a drug thing. I don't know if that's true.
I don't know if I never asked questions. I would say it and be like, noted, and then just go along.
Don't go here. Yeah. And someone's like, that means you can get drugs there. I'm like, what does that mean? In the shoes? Like, where do you get the drugs? Like, it was so weird. And so I thought about that with the money. I'm like, what do they got this? And like, what is this? You know what I mean? I guess I'd be happy, but I'm not sure. But I did it. Yeah. And then everyone's like, yeah, don't do it because I guess, because the idea of the trend is like help a mom out, right? It's like, oh, because it started with TikTok. Like someone put the purse back in the wrong spot. They put it in the baby formula area. And everyone's like, oh, she put the purse back because she needed to buy the formula. And I was like, that is sad and that happens. And so everyone's like, we're going to help out the moms. And I love the idea. And I took out hundies. I was like, you know what? I'm going to put 100 in here, 100 in there. Because it is so, I didn't even realize how expensive it was until I did this trend. When I did the formulas that we buy like literally once a week, it's like $50 for like and I guess, like, yes, you feed your baby for the whole week with it. But that is expensive.
Yeah, but it's expensive. That plus diapers is the same.
$50,
hundreds of dollars a week.
I should have started in the car seat section and the stroller section because those are like $400. I should put the hundreds in there. I was like, oh my God, that's freaking. It's actually insane. And you have to upgrade your car seat when they get bigger. So it is like a good idea for the trend. But I guess people are like ripping open the boxes and taking the money.
Yeah, again, just people having to ruin everything. Like I guess there's been like videos of people literally like ripping all the products apart, trying to see if there's money in there, which is weird. And also, it's like that's a lot of effort because it's like.
For $20?
Literally, like, what?
But also illegal. Like, you're literally damaging goods.
That's true.
But is it illegal? I thought, like, up to $1,000 you can, like, steal stuff in California. Isn't that the case? Like, right? Isn't that the...
I think to press charges or something, but it's still, like, a crime, you know?
But do you get in trouble?
I think you can.
Get caught. If you get caught.
I mean, they should. I'm an advocate of it. I just feel like there's no repercussions for these people. You know what I mean?
I think, especially if you're damaging, I think that's something that at least get like banned from the store.
And you're damaging like diapers, like everyone chill. That's why the boo basket thing's a kind of little less harmless because it's not bought, so people aren't like they still have to buy it. They're just like, here's an idea for you, you know. I like it. I think for the clueless man because at Easter time too, they put like together. I like the put together Easter baskets.
True,
so
they should really just go all in and then produce these like pre-made baskets. Then
are you doing a boo basket for your boyfriend?
I guess I should. I always just get little trinkets, but I guess I should put it together in like a presentation.
It's so cute when it's a presentation. I love it. I loved my boo basket last year.
They have a little area that's specifically for boo baskets.
That's
now.
really cute.
Oh, they were on it. They're on it. They're like, we'll do this. That's so smart. I love the idea of it. Yeah. Maybe we do it from Disney. We could get little Disney ones and put them in there. That'd be really cute. I love a boo basket trend. I like it. I don't know. I guess what you're saying is like they have to put it back, but I don't know. When I worked at Target, I just didn't put things back. Just leave it there. You know what I mean?
Just don't do your job.
Yeah, like seriously, retail is ridiculous. Like, oh, just put things back. It's like they'll figure it out. I love when things are put out of order because sometimes I see something, I'm like, oh, this is actually kind of cute, and I throw it in. You know what I mean? Like aisles you would never go to. You're like, yeah, this is a good. You know, I always do that.
People that do like the Hello Kitty stuff. All those, like they hide things. So they can come back later and get them so other people don't buy them.
Really? That's so smart.
Yeah.
I
so
never thought about
sometimes
that.
you could, by mistake, be like, oh my God, there's an item that's sold out. And
I've had people like try to take it out of like my cart. Like just things when I'm there. Yeah, it's like, oh my God, that's like my cart. And they're like, oh, but you didn't buy it. And I was like, this is when I lived in Hollywood where it was wild, that Target. This one, they never happens, but this Target's nice. There's no music, so I can film in there. Also, in the dollar section, they have Wicked stuff right now at Target.
Oh, yeah.
I love
Ours,
Target.
too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited. Are you getting the Wicked Stanleys or no? You're passing?
I think I have too many cups, I fear. Like, for you, it makes sense because you have a dedicated storage unit just to cups. My boyfriend is sick of me with cups. He's like, they're kind of everywhere. Like, my Olivia Rodrigo one is banned from being at my apartment.
Where is it?
It's at my parents' house where I stream.
Oh,
so,
I see. Okay.
Yeah, it's been removed from like my streaming setup.
Aw.
And then when I was in Hawaii, they had like a Hello Kitty, like there's a special like a Hawaii Hello Kitty collab, and they had all these cups. So I bought like 4 of the cups, and they're all like in this little cabinet. And my boyfriend's like sick of the cups. He's like,
does he not use them?
I only drink out of my Stanley. So
even at home?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
I only drink from this because I hate having to fill up a cup. You know, like
Yeah.
I drink them so fast. Like this at least gets me through half a day. But
Half a day? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I drink a lot.
That's good. You're hydrated.
But yeah, I've been banned from buying more cups, I fear.
I love cups. The first thing we placed in this house was Moses setting up all my cups. That was the first thing. And I was like, wow, I really picked the right one. You're embracing all the cups. Because anyone else is like, you're too many cups.
When E.T. did like your house tour, that was like the first thing was like the cup. And I think that was like half the TikTok I made was like the cup tour. Yeah, it was really
love the
important.
cups.
Yeah,
I
it was
didn't even
important.
know. Like I didn't even know. I was just like, I enjoyed. I saw there's a lot of something we should display it. And like, but I didn't even know that every person walk into our house, they walk into the kitchen, they're like, oh my God. This,
The cup.
I
They
didn't even
love
think
the cups.
about
Danny
that.
Director got his own bling cup from that episode, he said. So funny. Like, who gave it to him at ET? They're like, oh, you did this interview. Here's a bling cup. I should have gotten him one, honestly. That's so funny. I love it. I love DMing Denny. I feel so connected to ET all around. Do you have your animal hot topic over there, Moses?
Yes.
Okay. I knew you were excited about it. I didn't mean to. Someone said we didn't hear your joke last time. Someone's like, everyone ignored the joke.
Well,
Was there one you said?
sometimes I say jokes on purpose that are a little bit,
They're
a
sleepers.
little bit quiet.
Little
yeah.
sleepers. You're also, I guess the setup they don't know. I have a direct eye line to Oscar. Moses is hidden behind like 5 cameras and lights. So it's like very hard to see you. But I'm sorry. It was a good joke and I forgot it already, but it was good.
No, it's fine because it's not the one to repeat.
You can. Do you know what it is? What is it?
Yeah.
Tell the joke again.
No, it wouldn't
Come
work.
on, we'll laugh.
It wouldn't work.
Wait, just say it. Say the punchline.
Because there was something about you guys talking about Hassan and something, and then there was rating, and you said, "How do you know that he's on the bottom?" And then I said, "Yeah, we shouldn't speculate about Hassan being a bottom."
Oh, that's fierce.
Wait, that wasn't the one I read though. There was a
I
different.
love
Okay,
that
you love it. Okay.
That's the one I remember.
Wait, there was one in the comments. Okay, well, I like that one too. I guess it should be noted I don't really laugh out loud. Like, you're a laugher. I laugh. I think things are funny, but like even in like real life, like I don't laugh at things. Like or like movies, I don't laugh at. The only thing I laugh at is Jane the Virgin. We laugh out loud on that one, but I don't laugh out loud ever. Even if things are so funny, I like never laugh out loud.
Oh
but
my
I do laugh out loud at
God.
Jane the Virgin. I like that one. That was good. But there was another one. That was a good one.
But also, like when I say something, sometimes I say it to the viewers, not to you. You know what I mean?
Oh, got it. Oh,
Yeah, because I don't want to interrupt the flow
Oh.
sometimes.
You have
I'm
your
not
own-
interrupting the flow, but I'm dropping in a little bit of
Got it.
commentary.
For his droplets out there. He's like, here's my inside joke, you guys, right here.
Because even when you make jokes too, and then like I don't process them until we're like 3 topics later, and then I was like, because your jokes are always so referential to something like either like early in the episode or like 10 episodes ago, you know, and it's they're like, yeah, you think about it and they marinate, and then
you're like, that's funny.
I love them.
Well, I'm glad that they're for the people, they're not for us. They're for the droplets, I guess. Okay. What's the animal news?
All right, so we have one. There's a new rhino. It's a white rhino. And let's see, just if we can see his name. It's in Dubai's Safari Park. He's a little white rhino.
That is cute.
He's very much like the Mudang.
That is cute.
And he's the same, playful rhino, plays with his mom.
Why do people like him? Why is he going viral?
I think we like babies, babies of animals that are so like big.
They love a
but
miniature.
When they're little, they're so cute and yep.
I like it.
They do love a miniature.
Well, they do, don't they? When things are mini, everyone's like, that's so, like my Stanley.
Or Pesto is so big, but they like Pesto.
Oh, is he big? A penguin? Oh, he was chubby.
Yeah.
But is he big or is just like little?
He's just the chunkiest penguin they got over
chunky.
there.
I don't know about a rhino. They're not as cute, right? Or you like him? You like him. What's his name?
Yeah. I'm trying to find.
Oh, okay.
First of all,
how did you see it?
Well, we get tips from viewers.
Oh, I love it.
Animals.
Tips from viewers. Like, talk about this one.
Because we have 2 animals that are like, competing with Mudang. This rhino, and there's another one. Other one is a seal.
Oh, I love a seal.
Really?
Yeah, I do love a seal.
You can go see him in Marina Del Rey. There's so many of them there. They flop everywhere.
I think his name is Biscuits.
That's a cute name.
I like the name Biscuits. Sounds like...
Yeah, little baby seal.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, that's cute.
Is he in America? I want like an American animal.
Seems like that seal would be. There's a lot of seals
There's
here.
seals in America.
Are they in America or no? Well, the rhinos in Dubai. Oh,
damn, we don't really have like a big animal here. What the hell?
Yeah, I wonder why that is.
I don't know.
Probably because they probably capture them and throw them in SeaWorld or something. You know what
Honestly,
I mean?
T.
Americans be like that.
We do be ruining things over here.
I would vote for a president who would like release all the orca whales in SeaWorld.
Honestly, T.
You know, like why doesn't the president do that? They have the power.
Yeah.
They're like, well,
at least I guess this is like a whole. Obviously, I'm the whale. That's my platform, but I guess it is hard to like fully release the whales that are in captivity because they don't have like the social structure that like wild whales have. But a lot of the times, like what they're doing now is they kind of like in the ocean, they'll give them like a big area and then it's kind of like fenced off a little bit. So like they're in the oceans, not fully free, but they have like a lot of room and they're still like taken care of. So if they can't take care of themselves, it's like the rehabilitation and back into the wild almost.
How are they keeping them contained?
I think it's like a net fence or something that
it's
they
like
put
reef,
in the.
Yeah.
Oh, you know this? Mm-hmm. How do they get them to SeaWorld?
They have to like I think drug them and then put them in the.
Yeah. I mean, they literally kidnap the babies usually.
Yeah.
They kidnap the young.
Out of the
babies.
ocean?
Yeah, and then they like put them in a little carrier thing, and then they're like flown out, and then they put them in big. When they're in trucks, they're like the trucks are like humongous aquariums basically, and they can't really move, but it's enough to keep them alive, I guess.
How is that legal?
Honestly, yeah.
Like that's actually wild.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So they're just driving down the freeway with a big tank going to San Diego.
A lot of the times, yeah, they're like flown in or like in these big trucks.
Yeah, same with dolphins too.
And
I think
sharks.
there's a movie I saw. I think it's called The Cove.
Yes.
About the dolphins.
Yeah,
Same thing.
in Japan.
They would basically off the mothers and take the babies.
My, that is actually the saddest thing ever.
I know.
Oh my God! So they just kidnap these babies.
Well, there used to be, I mean, thousands and thousands of whales. Whaling used to be one of the biggest industries, and they used to just hunt them for oil. Oil used to come from whales.
Oh my God, that's actually so sad. Could you imagine if you just like kidnap someone's baby here and make them perform in another like country?
I know, it is sad. And then a lot of they like would put babies with like other whales, but then each whale like the way that they communicate is different is what they found. Like whales, the killer whales in California wouldn't talk the same as killer whales in like Australia. Like weirdly, they all have their own like languages, so they can't communicate because they're not from the same like area. So that was like a whole other thing. Yeah,
it's like torture. That's
yeah,
like
it is really
crazy.
Sad.
Wow, that should be illegal.
I know,
that's
crazy.
That's actually wild.
And it's sad too because I loved before like Blackfish and stuff, which is like the big expose about SeaWorld. Like I loved SeaWorld. I was like,
me too.
They're doing such good things taking care of these whales that wouldn't be able to live.
Same, yeah.
And I love the idea of going to be able to see a killer whale like that because I love killer whales so much.
Yeah.
But I like even when I'm in San Diego and I drive past SeaWorld, I'm like, in my heart, I'm like, it fills me with dread. I was like, I can't.
Oh, no. Yeah, before anyone clocks it, I've been to SeaWorld, okay?
I loved SeaWorld back in the day.
I was in the SeaWorld trainer outfit.
That was my dream back in the day.
You could like pay for the experience.
Yeah.
So there is me like hugging a beluga whale in a SeaWorld outfit. I'm sure someone will bring that up, but it was a while ago and I did not know this. Oh my God.
Same.
I really did think so too because the animals they're like so sweet. Like the beluga whales are like so sweet and the dolphins.
They tell you go there and they tell you how much they love being in captivity. You know, like they go like Shamu really loves performing for you. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're sold the dream. It's propaganda. We're easy to influence.
You're so right.
Yes, they tell you how much they love it and how good it is that they're in captivity. Like these whales, they are hard to be in. Like it's good that they're here because they wouldn't survive in the wild, and we get to teach you about the whales because they're in here performing. Like they sell you the dream, and I believed it. I believed the whole thing.
Honestly, I don't get mad when they take a trainer down. Do you know what I mean? Because, like, no, but for real, it's not the whale's fault, I guess I should say. Like, it's sad, but you shouldn't be working there. Like, honestly, they're killer whales. They're not meant to be trained like a freaking animal. I mean, they're an animal, but not like a circus animal.
Performer, yeah.
If anything, they're so smart that they should not be tortured like this because they're so conscious and smart and aware.
Yeah.
There's a reason they can train them to do those things, but I'm like, if they're so smart, they shouldn't be.
So yeah, why are they like shocked when they like fight back? It's like they hate you. They don't want to be there, and they're like, "Well, how could they do this?" It's like I don't know because you're like feeding them fish like they're freaking. I was gonna say monkey, but I guess that's offensive too because like monkeys shouldn't be trained either. Yeah. So just stop training anybody.
Team. That is the team.
We don't need animals. We CGI it, AI it, whatever you want to do now. Just have Lisa Frank do a little animation and have it flip over.
Yeah, even like with Moodang too, there was like I think. There was mixed sourcing because then someone was trying to cancel the zoo that Moodang is at because like they're like, oh, the trainers are going in there to like bother them and they're not in good conditions and that like they will like annoy Moodang to get like these viral reactions. But then there was other reporting from people who were actually in Thailand saying the zoo is actually like really reputable and stuff. So it all is like circumstantial. Like sometimes it is good that animals are in captivity. It's like a nuanced discussion, but as long as they are cared for. And there's just levels of animals, like Moses said, like killer whales have such like cognitive thinking.
Yeah.
And dolphins too, that like they just don't do well in captivity. And like killer whales like swim such far distances, so having them in one tank is like so unnatural. But
there are places where you go to the ocean to meet them, and they're social. They're actually social animals. They love socializing. So there are places where you go and you swim and the dolphins come to you. Or I went to Pico Island and whales, they just come to you.
Yeah.
Like so many different kinds of whales too. And it's more exciting to meet them there when you're at the ocean. And suddenly this thing, it's the size of a building, just comes to you.
Yeah.
And wants to meet you and looks you in the eye.
It is really cool. Yeah.
So much better than...
You do the whale watching experience.
Mm-hmm. And again, it was like, we're out, like it's risky, guys, because you don't know, like it's not a guarantee, but like you kind of know like when they're usually in the area, and the people that do the whale watching stuff, like they talk like literally all along California. Like I was in Monterey, but they talk to people who are like in Orange County to see like where they're at, and all the way up to Canada.
Wow.
So you kind of know if they're in the area, and then finding them, and they really do like they were hunting, but then after they eat, they put on little shows like like they jump around and like. They come to the boats and stuff. Like, they're actually really smart. And, the big killer whale I saw was named Jimmy, too.
Oh, you saw?
When I went, the big one, his name was Jimmy. He was the big, like, dad of the group. It was so sweet. They all have names. It's cute.
Are they the actual names, or they just name it? They just give them names.
The humans give them that.
Okay, so we don't know. That's really
true. Yeah, true.
I wonder if anyone could speak whale. Is there any human that has been able to like decipher it? Because you said they have different Australian and American. So, someone has to if they can do hieroglyphic. Like they must.
True.
Right?
Someone should be able to like translate, I guess, because they record.
They do teach them sign language. I mean, that's how they train them. That's how smart they are. They learn our language.
Right.
Like we can teach them through sign language and stuff like that.
I saw some in a kayak in Maui one time. They say I saw one on TikTok where there was like a bunch of whales swarming around like this kayak, and they were like so scared. Like you might have you've done that one,
yeah.
and everyone's like, and the person was freaking out. They're like filming, like, and they're like, actually, they're like probably protecting you. There's probably like a shark or something nearby, and they're like there to like protect you.
Yeah, like they say the safest you are in the ocean is when like killer whales are around, because sharks don't mess with them. So that is like the one good thing. And dolphins too, in like the wild, like when there's been reports like people being like stranded out in the ocean and like dolphins staying around them, and like if sharks came out, like they would like headbutt the sharks to get away and stuff.
Wow.
So yeah, it is pretty crazy.
The ocean is like both like terrifying and beautiful, because you're like, wow, there's like, it's like literally like mermaids in there, like these like mystical creatures that like can speak your language or feel like, even dolphins are so close to like, you know, human. It's like, it's so cool. But then you think about like how deep it goes and like what's at the dark pits of the ocean. Like it is wild. But yeah, SeaWorld should be shut down.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Or at least keep like the fish, I guess. Keep the seals.
Yeah,
but,
keep the shrimp. They don't know what's going on. Even vegans will be like, we eat shrimp. They're like the little bottom feeders, I guess, or whatever. They're like, yeah, right. That's what it is. They are tasty, though. I do love a shrimp. Cooked right, of course. Those poop vessels do nothing for me when I see the little poops in them. I mean, it's the circle of life. Could you imagine coming back as a shrimp, though? That'd be wild. Maybe.
It could
You'll
slay.
be casted in a Disney movie or something.
Yeah, tea.
Disney movie about shrimp. They should, like, little shrimp cocktail action. Ariana, Vanity Fair. I guess we talked about it a little bit on Patreon. But I thought she had a good point of the double standard about her voice, her Glinda voice. Did you have that?
Yeah.
And it was so interesting because she specifically was like, you know, when men change their voice for a part and keep it, no one says anything about it. Which, I mean, tea, but also kind of not true, because Austin Butler did get roasted for his Elvis.
I think it took a while, though, for Austin to get... At first, everyone was, like, applauding him, like, wow, he really has a good voice. But then it, like, stuck so long after, like, the movie had been done. You know what I mean? Like, he's promoting Dune, and he still has the Elvis voice. So I feel like that's when it got, like, you know...
Okay,
it took a while for people, like, to start
He still talks like Elvis,
doesn't he? He still got that Elvis voice,
I love it because when you're so immersed in like that, I get it. Like, I don't get it. I'm not like an actress, but like I get it. Especially like Ariana, who like loves Glinda and like wants to just like be her. Like that's like makes sense that she'll keep that voice forever. I love it. I love this new Ariana voice. I don't think it's a bad thing when you start changing your speech or your dialect. Like, who cares? Again, like, why do people care so much? You know what I mean? She just, whatever. She has a different voice. Okay.
And I feel like it's kind of similar. It's like her Victorious voice, like on... like she played Kat, who like had that same like really like high pitch, like light.
Let's hear your best Kat.
I know her laughs. I don't know. It's kind of like how she would laugh. But it was like very like high, like breathy almost. And she kind of is doing that now.
Sing-songy. She's like, oh, I don't know. I didn't know.
Yes, that's so good.
I've never seen it, but I just remember on TikTok everyone doing it.
That is like perfect. Oh my God.
But I feel like her Glinda one is very similar to that too. Yeah. I agree. I she was slaying the points. And then we said on our Patreon that she like hinted at like, you know, everyone was going through changes about the Ethan Slater thing. But I think she went into more detail about him. Did you see that part?
Oh, no.
Yeah. Said something like he was like the kindest soul and like the best. Did you see that? So she did like hit on it and touch on it, which I was like kind of surprised because I thought, oh, well, the one we saw was very generic. Like everyone was going through changes and it's an intense shoot. And it sounds kind of like the Elvis movie, with the voice change, the seclusion in London for a couple of years. These are being donuts, but I don't think they're being delivered today. Maybe they'll be delivered tomorrow. There's a donut place called Sidecar Donuts, but they're in Torrance. And I'm like, I can't come all the way to Torrance. Have you heard of them?
Sidecar. Were they also in Universal or no?
Oh, Voodoo.
Oh, Voodoo.
I know the donut shops. Oh, gosh. I'm going to Universal very soon. And I was like, oh, maybe and the Hello Kitty Cafe is there, too. I want to go there. You haven't been?
No.
I want to go to the Gudetama one in Orange County, too.
I've been to that one.
You have?
When did it?
It's
been there for a while, right?
Oh, I thought it was like a year ago. I don't know. Maybe it was there before.
Maybe a year. Yeah.
Oh, you have to like right when it opened. Is it cute?
It is cute. Yeah.
Did you get a lazy egg?
Yeah.
Did you?
My friend Rebecca loves Gudetama.
I love Gudetama too. It's so. Do you eat eggs? You don't seem like an egg person.
I do love eggs. Yeah.
I would never get sad about you.
But now I love an egg white. But
okay.
Yeah.
Skinny. I do egg whites when I'm trying to be skinny, but does it really make it that big of a difference?
It's
less cholesterol.
Yeah, and I think like eggs are 70 calories or something, and egg whites are only 10.
Well, I didn't know that. I do love my hard-boiled egg. And my mom's always like, well, if you just eat the egg white, it's 10 calories. But I'm like, okay. I'm just eating 2 eggs, you know. She doesn't say it like in a bad way, but it's just like, or maybe I just Googled it. I don't know. But I love Ariana. I think she's a slay, and I think Cynthia's a slay. They're really going hard on the Wicked marketing. It's everywhere, and I'm buying all of it.
It is like very it feels like Barbie as far as like events, marketing. It's literally everywhere. It's like every niche.
I know.
Cups, makeup, clothing,
luggage, Walmart, cakes,
dolls, hairbrushes. It's crazy.
I'm buying all of it. And I have bought all of it. It keeps coming in by like the boatloads. Today we literally, Mo's not in here, but we literally had a truck removal come because we had so many boxes. And he's like, what are you buying? I'm like, there's just so much Wicked stuff. I bought everything from Walmart, everything from Target. I bought the Value Spa candles, the wet brush. I bought all the cookie mix and everything. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. It's so good.
Ariana also in that Vanity Fair thing did like the lie detector test, and she was giving me a little Trish vibes because she got asked about if she thought the moon landing was fake during the lie detector test. Did you see that part?
I did see, yes.
It was very, like you, Moses Ted Nivison vibes. Of like,
not real.
Because she was kind of giving that. Yeah, she answered. She got asked by Cynthia, like, do you think the moon landing was fake? And she said, no, of course I think it's real. But then the lie detector girl was like, no, she's lying. And it's like, no, like, I really do. And then she was clocked again, like, it's inconclusive. But then she did go on a question, like, well, how come we don't see more of it? And I was like, it is very Just Trish coded.
Very much, because then she interviewed Cynthia and says, yeah, I believe it. And she's like, I do too. But then I think she did say, then, why don't we see more of it? And Cynthia's like, I don't like question it. Because it's like, it's just not real. It's just not. But I know it's like a hot take, so that's probably why she wanted to be like, no, because she didn't want to get like more hot water. I really don't. I mean, because why? Yeah, why is there no...
I don't know. I mean, I believe it's real, but I mean, I'm kind of like Cynthia, where I guess that makes sense for who we're cosplaying later, but I don't really think about it. I'm just like, they say it's real. But maybe the SeaWorld also told me the whales in there was good, and I believed it. So maybe I just believe things too easily.
Same. I do. I really do believe most things, but I've seen enough. I haven't seen enough to prove that the moon is real. I only believe what I can see.
And Ariana does strike me as a conspiracy kind of girl. I don't know. Totally. I feel like she's on like conspiracy talk or something.
For sure that. She seems very funny to me.
Oh, yeah. I think she's like effortlessly funny.
I never knew like she was so funny, and that's like so, and it's not me just like wanting her on the podcast, but I really do think she's so funny. There was the other one too where they asked about the impersonator, like lookalikes.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Oh my God. They're like, do you ever want to say anything to the, like, have you seen the lookalikes? And she's like, yes. And she goes, have you ever wanted to say anything to them? And she's like, no. And she's like, that's it. She's just like so, and everyone's like, oh my God, Paige Neiman, like shaking in her boots right now and stuff like that. But her face is just her like subtlety. I just think she's so funny and so quirky, and she seems very nice. Because then when she was asked to about like if she like loved her fans, and she's like, I love them. I love them always. I don't always like them. And I was like, T. Yeah, that's so good. She's just so smart and so funny and so beautiful. And I wish it was her. I'm so happy she's our Glinda. And Cynthia I didn't know all her accomplishments either. Like the fact that she had like 3/4 of the EGOT. I was like, holy shit. I have to watch it now. I never saw The Color Purple when it was on Broadway, and I guess that's what she won her.
Oh, that's what she won.
Yeah. Oh my God, I really want to see it now because I love the movie, but I never saw the Broadway production of it. So she seems fierce. I actually haven't seen her in anything, I don't think, so I'm like really excited.
Yeah, I haven't either.
But she's been in like I guess a lot of things, so I'm super excited. Wicked, even though it's so far away, Wicked is like literally a month and a half away.
I know, but the rollout has been some fierce because they really are working. They are working hard to sell this movie.
I think Starbucks is even like having a collab. Oh
yeah, they're doing drinks, right?
Like just pink and green drinks.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is wild. I'm excited for it.
There's this new book about like the Disney Channel stars and like that era of Disney Channel, and I guess it's spilling like a lot of tea.
Oh,
and then
more tea?
Yeah.
Gosh, how much more can come out? It's crazy.
There's a lot about like Miley in there, but one story that I thought was interesting, and it really sold me on reading this book though, because I mean, she's really spilling some tea. But one piece that I read was Zac Efron was encouraged to explore like his romance with Vanessa Hudgens on the High School Musical set because he was dating a girl at the time.
Yeah, I saw this.
Yeah, and then when he was dating a girl at the time, and he knew Vanessa was like into him, and Zach was allegedly, I guess, like very torn on what to do. He's like, oh, like Vanessa's really into me, and I'm scared if I turn her down, it'll affect the chemistry on set of High School Musical.
Oh no.
So Zach went to go get like advice. And he went to one of the choreographers and said, like, you know, what should I do? Like, I know Vanessa's really into me, but I don't want to do anything wrong with my girlfriend. And the choreographer told him to basically go like explore his feelings with Vanessa because they're so young. And there was like a moment where Vanessa was like crying to Ashley Tisdale in the bathroom because she was like, oh, basically Vanessa had these unrequited feelings for Zach and she didn't think that he would like her back. And Vanessa was crying to Ashley Tisdale, and then Corbin Blue had to come in, try to console Vanessa.
Oh my gosh.
And then that's when like Zach came knocking on the door and everyone left to let them talk.
Sounds like a fan fiction.
Honestly, T, right? Lucas
it.
Graybiel did also like confirm that this kind of happened, though. I guess they reached out to him for the book.
Oh, Lucas has been spilling tea. I've been seeing him talk about it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because he said, I mean, it was so high school. It was like he broke up with his girlfriend and we're together now. And he remembers them like walking hand in hand out of the bathroom together. Which is like, it literally sounds like they need to make a movie about this movie.
Yeah, behind the scenes. Yeah. They'll do that one day. Remember, like, Saved by the Bell got like a making of Saved by the Bell, and they had like the awful people playing them that looked nothing like them, but they were kind of like in this weird dystopian world. I think they should do that. That'd be so cool to see like a behind the scenes of High School Musical. Yeah, absolutely. That's so funny. I guess they were young though. They were probably like 17 when they did
I think
it.
So.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I never, like, dated at the age. I don't know how it works, but I'm assuming it's unserious enough to be like, you're my girlfriend now.
It's so funny reading this because it does sound literally like a real high school. It's something that would happen, I think.
The Saved by the Bell, I don't know what that, they did a whole, like, Lifetime movie about it. It was like that. It was basically like they were all in high school, so they all had those, like, high schooler feelings and emotions and sexuality. And everyone was hooking up with everyone except for Screech. Rest in peace.
I do remember that.
That was so sad. I'm like, yeah, everyone was making out with everyone, hooking up with people, and I was like, oh my God, it would have been, like, my dream as a high schooler to be on a show like that where everyone's just, like, hooking up with everybody, but, yeah, I guess also high schoolers is, like, weird. I don't know. What are you supposed to do, though? Everyone's hormonal and probably horny,
and then
as a teenager.
That also, like, explains the whole, like, we talked about last week, the, like, Nick, Jonas being, you know, in between, like, Miley and Selena, and that's why, like, Miley and Selena hated each other. It really is, like, these little kids were just literally living the high school life.
Oh, my God. I just remember being, like, a teenager. Yeah, teenager, you just feel so many, like, you're going through puberty, or you went through puberty, so now you're feeling all these, like, new changes and urges. I sound like such a mom.
You really do. It's so cute.
You're feeling urges. Because how else do you explain it to a teenager? This is like my fear is when my girls are like teenagers. I'm like, oh my God, how do you explain it? Because like my mom just didn't. She just didn't explain it. She's like, I'm just never having these conversations with you. So I'm like 18 and I'm like, what is all this? I don't know. You know what I mean? But it's like, how do you explain it? When do you explain it? Did you have the talk at any age?
No, never.
Yes. I guess our parents were like,
I just learned through like TV, I think.
Same. Yeah. But then it's like so confusing because TV doesn't show everything. So you're like, what is that? What is happening? Like, what does this mean? Like, this is like TMI, but I just remember like when like someone's like head would go down on someone's lap. I had no idea what they were doing. I was like, what's happening? What do you do down there? Like, you know, and obviously, like, I guess you don't talk about that with your kids. I guess that is something they just find on their own. But you should talk about like reproduction, like how it works. You know what I mean? In general.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe
I learned about like STDs and stuff from Degrassi because I remember like my favorite character when she like had her slutty era, like she was like really living her life, like she was sucking D left and right, and she would even get bracelets every time like she sucked a D, and then at the end of it, she got gonorrhea, and I was like, that's a lesson for me to learn. I was like, don't suck too much D, you'll get gonorrhea. That's how I learned about STDs.
That is true, though. That is a fact. It's a numbers game. There's so many, and it'll happen. That same girl taught me about syphilis, because I never watched Degrassi, but I loved this movie as a kid. It was called She's Too Young or something, and it was, it's not Mariska Hargitay, but, oh God, who's the girl? Oh, gosh. She's from Trophy Wife. She was in 50 Shades of Grey. She was the mom. She's Christian Grey's mom.
Marcia Gay Harden.
She was in a movie called She's Too Young.
Oh my God, you're so right. It is the same girl, Miriam McDonald.
Yes. And she is the little like hoe in high school. And she's like, there's one scene where she's hooking up with both. The girl doesn't want to hook up with the guy. She's like, I'll hook up with both of you. So they both go into and she's literally like a freshman and these are like two seniors going in the room. And my little like weird so distorted by media. I was just like, oh my God, I wish I was that girl. Like, so weird. But she ends up getting like syphilis in her mouth. And so the whole school has to get checked out because of her. And like, they're like, how many partners? And she's like thinking, she goes, you know, it doesn't have to be exact numbers. She's like, I'm counting. And it's like, oh my gosh. But anyways, I wanted to be her. I was like, oh my God, all the guys like her. But I didn't know what syphilis was, which I don't know if syphilis is still around because I've never heard of anyone getting it. But maybe it is. I shouldn't say that. It might be out there.
It probably is still around, but probably less around because awareness.
Yeah, but gonorrhea and chlamydia are like so rampant. Like, you think I would have gotten syphilis too, because it is something that can go away. you know, but I never got that. That's so weird. Maybe they just categorize it as like chlamydia or gonorrhea now. Maybe it's all mushed into two.
It's an older one. I mean, it used to be. Now it's pretty much under control. I think that's why in England they used to wear those white wigs. Because everyone had syphilis and they were losing their hair.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
I did not know that.
Yeah, if it goes untreated, I mean, that's kind of like chlamydia. It's like when mine was untreated, that's when like tubes got scarred up and stuff like that. So that can be like dangerous if it goes untreated. But yeah, syphilis is so interesting. I don't even know if they check for it. Because anytime I get STD tests, I never remember seeing like syphilis on there. But anyways, I guess if it's gone, I guess it's good. But that show was all about syphilis, that movie. And I remember I looked up that girl because I did think she was like pretty when maybe I was like a teenager. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I was like 17. What year did it come out? She's Too Young, 2005?
2004.
Oh, very close. So I was in high school. I was like 16. And I remember thinking that girl was pretty and like looking up and I was like, oh, she's like on Degrassi. And I like never saw it. But when you said that, I was like, wait, it's the same girl. Poor girl. Who's always getting STDs and... You know, I guess she was cute. So they're like, you're going to be the little slut or whatever. I don't know.
She was nerdy at first and she got no boys' attention. But then she had puberty. Then she got hot. And then she kind of became like Sydney Sweeney vibes. Like she was the hot character. But when she started, because they were so young when they started on Degrassi, she was like 12. So it was like she had like big braces and stuff. And she was really like skinny and nerdy.
I see.
And then she got hot.
Blossomed.
Yeah. Same with her best friend on the show. I remember her big plot line was like, she went to school. She was like bad girl. She had like a thong and it was like coming out of her tracksuit. And she was like this slutty girl. And then
I loved a thong coming out of a tracksuit. I thought that was so hot.
It's so fierce. Yeah.
I would love to bring that back. If thongs didn't hurt. I get too many hemorrhoids these days, and I'm like, but I would love when they stick out of the jeans. They look
people
so good.
still like on Twitter will post her. It's kind of like it aged very well because it's like so in fashion now because it was so Y2K like her outfits with like the thong coming out.
I love that,
and like it still eats to this day.
They should remake that. Maybe not though. It sounds kind of weird. Like
they were supposed to. They announced it for Max like 2 years ago. Like it was supposed to be an HBO thing, and it never happened. Because also Drake did his big Degrassi reunion for one of his music videos 2 years ago. Yeah,
oh, that's cute.
But it's been nowhere. But I love it. Taught me everything.
Yeah, we don't need
True,
that.
actually, yeah, we do have euphoria now.
Drugs and all this other stuff that's like way more intense. So and sex, they had so much on there. I think the story of the day. Do you have a big story? I have a big story.
I had Logan Paul again.
I feel like mine wins.
I think yours probably wins.
And I never say this because I think you have the best story. But this story just literally just gave me. I was glued to my TikTok for the past 24 hours. Oh. I was obsessed with the story. I needed to know everything. I needed to know all the angles. It was giving Bridgerton. By the way, the Bridgerton stripper also DM'd me, and I was like, I was the stripper.
Oh my God, that's everything.
I went to her page, and she's so fierce. I'll find her name and put it in here. But the Crumbl cookies in Sydney. Oh my
God, yes. I was just reading about this.
I'm gagged. I was on this TikTok. Like as things were breaking. It was right after our last topic. So I'm like kind of seeing this all. I'm like, oh my God, there's like a Crumbl pop-up in Sydney. I'm like, that's so fierce. Like that makes sense or whatever. And then it comes out. So there's this huge Crumbl pop-up. Everyone on TikTok's going to it. There's lines for hours. They have these cute little Crumbl boxes. Everyone's buying them. $18 cookies. But I was thinking like maybe it's like, you know, when you like import like a Porsche, it's like more, but like in Italy, it's probably less. I don't know, wherever Porsche is from, you know, or Ferrari. Like it's probably less in Italy, but if you import it here, it's like more money. So I was thinking like maybe it's because it's imported, like for them, it's like more money. But anyways, Crumbl Sydney is not Crumbl Sydney because they had a whole TikTok account. It had the little pink thing, everything. And they're like, here's our pop-up, whatever, hours of people. These people in Sydney, Australia, flew over to America to get these Crumbls and fly back.
Yeah.
How long? First of all, doesn't it take like days to get here from Sydney?
I think it's like a whole day.
A whole day. So it takes a whole day to get here, a whole day to get back?
Yeah, but also like their flight got delayed too. It's like the pop-up was supposed to be like on September 22nd or something, but their flight got delayed, so it got pushed back a week.
Oh, you know about this. Yeah. This is not your leading story.
I forgot. It was in my notes.
So good.
It was under my category of light topics.
This is not light. This is serious. And I think Crumbl should sue their because these people are so annoying. Like, I really hate it. Like, I know Crumbl has the money to do this, too. I was like, Crumbl, you need to bury them. Because, honestly, what they did is also put people at risk. Because, of course, you stole, like, trademark and copyright. Now, you might be like, oh, my God, it's, like, a big company. Who cares? But Crumbl is kind of a small company, actually. They're not, like, huge yet. It started out as, like, a little family in, like, Salt Lake City, Utah. So it's, like, not huge. They're franchises, all this stuff like that. So it's just so weird. But also putting these people in danger, like, selling them these cookies for $18 and also being, like, you don't know how fresh those are staying. I mean, they're probably fine. But also, they're not staying fresh. So you're not giving the Crumbl experience. And I feel like that's such a travesty to Crumbl. Now, I don't always love the Crumbl choices that come out. As we know, we've had some bad Crumbl. But when the Crumbl hits, it hits so good. Like, this week's lineup was so good. So what are they doing? They're going there and getting the lineup from last week and selling them at Sydney this week?
Yeah, like
if it was supposed to be on a Saturday, you're getting like, I guess it's that week's lineup, but if it's delayed, so now you're getting last week's lineup at a stale cost, a high cost, but a stale taste.
Yeah, like they aren't necessarily the freshest. Yeah, it is.
That's the Crumbl experience. You have to eat them right there at Crumbl.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, I mean, like some of them are warm, some of them are chilled.
And they get like kind of greasy at the bottom. Like if you don't eat them right away, they kind of get like oily. Like you don't want them sitting out. Like you want them the day of. Like you need them fresh. That's like having a Korean fried cheese all the way over there. Like it's not gonna last, you know. Like
how did they bring? Because I think it was 700 cookies. They came here and bought 700 cookies.
Yeah,
700 cookies.
How do you ship that back and not have them get messed up? Like we bring one box here and everything gets
that's
messed up.
true. You always have bad luck.
Yeah,
like,
it's so
how
true.
Did they do that?
700 cookies, and who's selling them 700 cookies?
I mean, so the company posted like their bank statements and stuff to show how much money they spent on everything. Like I think it was $4,000 or something on the cookies, and then another $6,000 on travel, and then like another $2,000 on like the custom stuff in order to like get them back and forth. So they showed all their bank statements. They also posted like different legalese to show that they didn't really break the law or stuff. But I'm sure at some point, especially with foods involved, like it is a little dubious, you know.
And importing them to another country.
Yeah.
You can't even bring fruit back from Hawaii. So how are you supposed to bring cookies into Australia?
Good point. Yeah.
And how do you bring 700 cookies? Like you're going through customs and they're like checking the cookies or what? Like I don't understand. Are they checked?
I don't know either.
You're carrying a Crumbl on the
I'm
plane?
sure they packed them up in like big boxes or something.
They smuggled them in. That's wild. That's wild.
I get cookies.
Pissed me off the most is them being like, oh, we're just Crumbl enthusiasts trying to bring this to Sydney. I was like, first of all, you're upcharging everyone. If you're a Crumbl enthusiast, you do this out of the kindness of your heart or charge them at value of what you got them for.
They claim that they didn't make any money of it because of how much they spent on the travel or
So why did they do
whatever.
it? They're just enthusiasts.
That's what they claim. That's
Well,
the claim.
I thought when I heard about it, I thought maybe they just wanted to have a trip to America and they wanted to find a way to cover for their trip, you know.
So they brought, did they spend time
you know
over
what I mean?
here?
Like probably like
if their flight was delayed, the pop-up had to be pushed back like about 5 days, so maybe.
But I mean, were they on vacation for like a week and then
they
came back?
Yeah, they could have come here way before.
Or no, do we not know? We don't know the dates.
No, I don't know that. I just know that the pop-up was scheduled for, I believe, the 22nd, and it was definitely pushed back like almost a week. I think it was about 5 days. Because they had to like, oh, sorry, we're delaying this because our flight was delayed, so it'll actually be the next weekend.
Wait, so they knew that they were being imported. They didn't think like this is. I thought they thought it was Crumbl opening up in Sydney.
No, they sold it as if like the Crumbl was coming, like it was real Crumbl. They put the disclaimers in their bio, I suppose, where it said like not actual Crumbl.
After the fact.
Oh, it was after.
After
okay.
I saw that unfold. I saw it unfold because I went to the TikTok account.
You really were on the boots on the ground.
I was boots on the ground because it happened right after our Hard Topics, and I went to the Crumbl Sydney account, and it looked so real. Nowhere on there, and I was like, oh my god, but this looks so real. It had the pink icon. It had like all the cookie. It looked like they were almost ripping the videos from like Crumbl and putting them on there or something like that. And so I was like seeing it, and like the next day, I saw someone say, oh no, it says like we're not affiliated with Crumbl or whatever, and I was like, no, they put that on because I screenshot it. I'll tell you, I'll show them if it's here because I swear I screenshotted it, and I was just like, wait, like that wasn't there the day before, so they inserted it after, and then guess what? They just deleted the whole account. Dubious. Because I was like, wait, what? Like that's so weird. They tried it, and they knew they did something wrong because they could have covered. Because Nathan For You did like a Starbucks, but it was like parody was in there, so like it covered it as under like a parody, so he was able to like get away with using Starbucks like name, or was it called like Dumb Starbucks or something like that. But this one was like literally said we are Crumbl Sydney. Like there was no like we're
the
fans.
Branding was all like they used the pink logo, the little chef logo.
Yeah, it was definitely that. I guess like the only thing was maybe like someone said that the pink boxes they already had, so like it was a little different than the Crumbl boxes, but still, yeah, the logo. I guess you could change it different. You know how people get away with selling like fraud Hello Kitty is by putting like a little like break in the head. You know what I mean? I have a couple like not on purpose fraudulent Hello Kitties in my house, and it's like the cat layout, but if there's like sometimes they have it like a little bit broken on the side, like a little like space in there, so it's like, you know, or they change the bow, or they dent the ear, or they do something a little bit so they don't get in trouble with like copyright or something.
I guess legal TikTok delved into it, and like Crumbl, the name Crumbl isn't trademarked in Australia. Like they're trying to get it trademarked, but it's not trademarked there. But the chef like little design, like that little chef design is.
Oh, so I thought it was trademarked there.
Not Crumbl the name. Like there's still it's like still in process. but the little chef logo is trademarked. So them using that is like
I think they have enough of a case to be like, you
there's a
literally
lot
said you were
going on.
Crumbl, Cindy, and everyone's like, Some of the girls liked it though. I was watching some people test the cookies, and they're like, these are kind of good.
Yeah, some of them said, like a lot of them had said that they were kind of like breaking apart and stuff, which makes sense because they're not fresh, you know?
Yeah, of course.
But they still like
a week old
tasted
cookie.
good. There was also another claim that the flour that they use in Crumbl isn't legal in Australia for some reason.
Oh my God, why?
But that was
Allegedly.
just literally just alleged, because it was just like a claim that people are running with that like I didn't see substantiated anywhere. But yeah,
They do put magic in those cookies. When they are good, they are good. Oh my God, that last Hot Topics when I had them, I was like, wow, they're really like magical elves over there, honestly, because that brownie, how they made it. Did you try it? You should go try it.
No, I'm scared. Well, I've been a little
Don't be scared.
tainted by Crumbl because I saw another TikTok and it was like, it brainwashed me because it's like everything that you can eat for the same calories as a Crumbl cookie. Yeah, and it makes me never want to like have it again because I'm like, damn. Because it's hard to control yourself. It's hard to control yourself and have like, 1/4 of the cookie. You know what I mean?
It's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. Because like I have trouble with self-control when it comes to food, but it's so sweet that like I like physically can't. Now, will I finish the cookie within 2 days? Yes. But like in one sitting, I'm good with cutting like a little sliver, just getting that taste. But then I do get a little sliver of all 4 cookies. So then I guess then it ends up being one. Probably why my weight loss has been stunted lately. Because I've been doing the grapefruit and eggs, but that
and then a little Crumbl.
they're just so this week's is so good. I almost think about going back to get another brownie fudge sundae because that was so good. And their pumpkin one was really good too. Honestly, life is short. Get the Crumbl. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like calories. Just I don't know. Do they count? I'm writing a new album and I think it's all about like don't count calories.
That's tea.
You
Honestly,
know?
I hate counting calories.
Why like calories. When you think about it, calories kind of, there's that saying like calories don't exist when you're on vacation, but calories just don't exist, period. Really, right? Like, what is a calorie when you think about it?
True.
Like, what is it? What are we counting?
I have no idea.
Exactly. It's just so stupid. It's like a made up concept, probably by the man. Probably the patriarchy.
That's true. Probably a man came up with the calories.
For sure. You need 3,500 calories. Count them. It's like, who came up with that? What? Where is the calorie? Where do you see the calorie? How do you know how many's in something? Like, it seems completely made up, like the moon landing. And that's going to be also a lyric in my next album, like the moon landing.
Kind of slays, yeah.
Right? Anyways, let us know if we're wrong on this, but I don't think we are.
About calories?
Yeah, or Crumbl being superior.
Yeah.
It is. Just fly to America if you want a Crumbl. Just come here.
I would just be at peace. Like, I see things that come out in, like, Asia and stuff. Like, Burger King will do a special burger, and it looks so fun and cool and yummy. Yeah. But I'm just at peace knowing that it's not for me. Even though I'm sad about it, I'm like, I'm sure Australia has some things that aren't here that are just amazing.
Could you imagine what?
Yeah, like giant spiders and snakes.
Yeah. What is the other ones that everyone puts it's like a jam people put on things?
Vegemite.
Not for me. I honestly, no offense, Australians, I don't think they have anything special over there.
They have the Irwin family, and they kind of slay. So,
they slay.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to the Irwins. I do like them. That's true. Yeah, it seems like the least interesting country to visit, but...
No, it looks beautiful. Like, Finding Nemo was based over there.
Sydney Sweeney movie. But as I'm saying, all the movies I shoot over there, I'm like, that doesn't look that
I thought you meant Sydney Sweeney.
Wait, where is
Her
it?
name is Sydney.
Shout out Sydney, Australia. Koalas are cute.
Yeah, but spread chlamydia.
Chlamydia.
They're nasty. They're vicious.
Oh my gosh, really? Mm-hmm. Okay, there's nothing good about Australia.
They need a baby animal. They need a baby kangaroo or something.
Yeah.
And Ray Gun. That
Pesto's
was
over there.
Pesto, yeah.
Pesto's in Australia. Okay. Ray Gun's Australian?
There you go. Yeah. So some silver linings.
Not selling it. Not selling it. I'm still on the Ireland, England. Oh, James Charles is in Ireland right now.
Oh.
He was eating something. He's like, everyone told me to get Mackers or something. I don't know.
Oh, is that why Adam McIntyre's fans are Mackers?
Mackers?
I don't know.
Muckers?
Oh, Muckers. That's what it is.
I don't know. Maybe that's not what he was eating. I don't know. I'm really on the James Charles TikTok. He keeps showing up on my page.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
I saw James Charles kind of shoot his shot a little bit with Ezra Sosa from Dancing with the Stars.
And how did that pan out? Was there any reaction from Ezra?
I don't think so. I just saw it screenshotted everywhere on Twitter. Like, stay away from him, but I don't know.
Ezra Sosa followed me.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
that's something.
I had followed him and he followed me right back. And God, I would love. He's gay, right?
He's gay.
Would love to partner with him.
Yeah.
I would love to partner with him. I just don't know about those straight Dancing with the Stars people. They
dubious.
they're all very dubious. Even the ones that are like taken, because I think the Bachelor's like, I want to be with the taken one, but I don't know. This all seems a little too much for me, like the flirtiness. But I would love to partner with Ezra. He also seems like someone who could like flip me upside down like that trend. You know what I mean?
T.
Love him.
I did find another gay guy who could flip you upside down. That was in my light hot topics.
Ooh, I love your light. That should be the Patreon. Hot Topics Light. Like Diet Coke Light, like Coke Light.
Well, one of my mutuals on Instagram, he like bench pressed, like I think it was like 130 pounds in each like dumbbell, so one in each hand, and he said like I can lift 2 twinks, and I was like, he can definitely lift you then.
How much is 130 plus 130?
260.
Oh, it's pushing it. I'm like 230.
No, 30 pounds lighter. Yeah.
What's his name?
Zach.
Is he anybody like an not that he has to be somebody,
He's
but
like a
influencer.
Yeah, like an influencer.
Gay?
Yes, he's.
Ooh,
I don't not government name. I don't think, but Zach Kelsey, because I guess he's branded as like the other Kelsey brother, but I don't think any real relation. I think
he's
just
strong.
Kind of, he's just big and strong.
I want to do that trend. I guess if
I think he can do it for you.
Okay. Shout out. I probably won't be a trend anymore, but it's
That's
fine.
true.
I do trends too
that's
late.
very us.
That would scare me actually though, because honestly, also being flipped up just looks scary, especially the ones that go halfway. It just looks terrifying. Or the ones that go all the way looks even more terrifying, because I think Alex Hurl hit her head on her boyfriend's knee when she was being like flubbed him so fast and she like hit her head. So it all kind of probably not for me actually, because I think you also like have to hold your body really stiff, and I just know
I want to try it. It seems fun.
Maybe he can definitely lift you. You're 200, so.
Oh yeah,
right?
I guess I would be. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, if you want to come lift me.
We have to do our TikTok dance too, but I feel like we're gonna be so bad at it. But that one
Which
I sent
one?
you,
Oh gosh,
the cat's eye one, the touch one.
Maybe we can do it Friday.
Yeah, we have to practice. I've been trying to practice, but I don't have the coordination for it.
That was pretty good. I can learn it on the spot. Friday.
Thought about you way too much.
Oh, you know it.
Kind of. I've been practicing, but I'm
Are we
not
wearing
good at
something
it.
for it, or just?
Maybe we should. Maybe one of our cosplay days randomly. It
we
won't
have
make
a
any sense.
superhero next Monday.
That would actually kind of be cute, right?
Okay, I can probably learn it by then. Yeah. Done.
We'll do it. Yeah.
Done and done. Check out my TikTok because Oscar doesn't have one. So
yeah,
we'll put it on
go on yours.
I love it. I'll do the dance all day long. All right, guys. Well, thank you for being here. We did it. We did it. We got Hot Topics. It's crazy because we have to like 24 hours in between the time we film a Hot Topics to find news, and we're like, hopefully something happens.
We cover like 4 hours between Patreon and the regular episode. We cover like 4 hours of topics. So
it's actually crazy, and we go through them quick and stuff like that. I know. I think at the beginning of the podcast we were like more slow with the topics, like in the sense like we talk about it for 30 minutes. Yeah. And we're like next, but we could actually. But anyways, we do it for you, and I love it. I love being on TikTok like on a Tuesday, and I just tell him I was like, I have to work. And I'm like on TikTok scrolling, like I have to find my topics or whatever. But yeah, we love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. And spooky season starts next week here. So we're starting with superheroes, starting with a bang. We love you guys. And we'll see you in the next podcast. Oh, go to our Patreon, patreon.com/JustTrish if you want to see the extended of this week and also our Just Doing Press game. We love you. Bye.